Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 3 Men on the Record. This is episode 40. We have Joe with us today. Of course, we have Gonzo, Jake, and we have Scott with us, and of course, me, Sean, the Shock. And welcome to another great episode. Today's going to be fun. We're doing bad albums by great artists or bands. And amazingly, there is so many. There are so many that we get to choose from. And again, there's no wrong answers. And again, in the chat, share what you think was a lousy album from an artist. And
I think I'm going to win that tonight.
oh, we're doing the point thing again. And there is no real points. The points really add up to nothing. But go ahead and you can score us at home. That's fine. But there really isn't anything.
Lots of points.
All right. So Joe just celebrated a birthday. Joe is how old are you, Joe?
45 years old. August 16th. Elvis died on that date. He didn't die on the same year I was born, but he died on August 16th.
All right. So what have you been up to?
Well, we went to Atlanta kind of for my birthday, went to a Braves game, and I went to a couple of record stores up there in Little 5 Points in Atlanta, kind of a sketchy part of town if you've ever been there. I've never been to the two stores. One of the stores was Criminal Records, who helps found Record Store Day. And the other one, the one I wanted to go to, was Wax and Facts. And it was a gold mine. My family was there, so I didn't have a lot of time they got bored very quickly digging, and it was just a treasure trove. Actually, I put a couple of videos up on my YouTube channel about those visits. I didn't do a lot of videoing. I see some of these people do video. I have a problem videoing when there's a lot of people around and everything like that. So I took some pictures. And I of the store, outside, inside of Wax and Facts. And I put them on there. Really cool places. I'd like to go back. Found a couple of things while I was there in Criminal Records and Wax and Facts. And that's what I've been listening to basically since I've been back. But yeah, had a good time. Went to the, what do you call it? The aquarium, Georgia Aquarium up there in Atlanta.
That is super nice. I've been there.
Yeah. Took some video of that in there and had to get. That's what my wife loves aquarium, so that's what we did up there. My youngest wanted to go to a guitar center. He's big into guitars, so we went there and we looked around, looked at a bunch of really high dollar, guitars that almost scared to touch, kind of a deal. But yeah, we had a good time. Had a really good time. Yeah.
I love trying to find some new record stores. I need to find some new ones because I've kind of shopped out all the hidden spots and all mine.
You have 9, Sean.
I know, but there's nothing.
9.
I went to a record store yesterday. I didn't find it the other day, and I didn't find anything.
There's one in my hometown.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you found some stuff. And
we had a really
I've only been to Atlanta once, and that was because my plane was about to fall out of the sky. So they decided to make it.
Ate at a really cool pizza place. I can't remember the name of it now, but I took some photos. I need to put those up on
Domino's?
Instagram. No, it wasn't Domino's. It was right there. It was right there in 5 Points. I wanted to go to a bar called the Vortex. You need to look that up if you're not familiar with it. It's a very famous bar and grill, very famous for their hamburgers. Has a skull that you have to walk through to go in the store. But they're really strict. It's 21 and and over only. So my youngest son's not. He'll be 21 in October. So he couldn't
have to go back.
We couldn't go in. So yeah.
And what have you guys been up to? Anything good? No,
not a lot.
All right. So there was a lot going on this week in celebrity musician deaths.
I had nothing to do with
it. And if you guys remember, Jake was talking crap about Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
And
zero.
How Dolly's wasn't the better version.
Hold on. All I said was that I felt there were some better versions of Jolene out there.
And look what happens.
Look what happened, Jake. We're going to hold you responsible for this.
Y'all are wrong, man.
I mean, this is
all
the most.
3 of you are going to hell.
This is the most colossal mistake Grim Reaper's made in a long time. But we're going to put you right there on the same line with the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got the wrong. They got the wrong person. So
I swear to God, we had a conversation about ZZ Top not too long ago too.
Yeah.
Frank Beard died.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to see them a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I've
The
seen
first-
them twice. They're great in concert.
Oh, I agree.
So losing Dolly was definitely a big thing. And also Tim Curry. Tim Curry had what, 2 or 3 albums? I believe on his own as a recording artist.
He was
And of
an
course,
interesting fellow.
Yeah. And he was basically doing a lot of sound work for years.
He is a great actor.
Yeah, because I want to watch Clue again because it's so awesome.
But Dolly passed away the way I figured Dolly would go. I mean, she respectfully, and she didn't make a big deal out of whatever. I haven't heard. Have y'all heard?
Cancer.
Some type of cancer,
Yeah.
And it was. Yeah. I'm assuming pretty aggressive, and I heard a couple of weeks ago that she was, she had to come out and make a statement because she was saying that people were saying that she was not doing well, and she said, I'm fine.
Yeah, she was in the hospital with something with the liver.
Yeah,
but no one knew the extent.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you always hate to see, that's one of our country's biggest pop culture icons ever when they pass on. But when you look at how she led her life, should we all be that graceful and also that fortunate? She did it the right way.
Oh yeah.
So 80 years out there doing things the right way. So good for her.
And I don't know anybody that hates Dolly.
I know, that's amazing.
And she's an international star too.
And
Japan, they know we're in Japan.
She always had the great quips and jokes.
Oh, I know. Someone asked her, and I don't know if it was an Oprah, how long does it take to do your hair? And she said something like, I don't know. I'm not there when they do it.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
all
she was,
the jokes.
For the most part, she was bald. I mean, she just wore a wig.
Yeah.
The sense of humor is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You watch clips of interviews and stuff, and man, she
always said
it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. Yeah.
And then talking about, everybody talks about my boobs. I got a great ass too. She's great.
All these things, yeah.
Well, and all that. Can you imagine all that controversy? If it was anybody other than Dolly that got nominated to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even people tried to make that controversial, but I thought she handled it very well. But in the end, people just accepted it. And the real problem with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is it needs to be called the Music Hall of Fame. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Change the name of the thing.
She made a rock album after that.
Well, yeah, originally she declined it.
Yeah.
And then made the album and then accepted it.
Yeah. That's what I said. She's very smart,
The one thing I will say that I loved about her too, right, is that I would have been the same way, right? Had I not been a horrific actor that I was when I was an artist, the one thing I really appreciated about her is she really didn't get involved in politics and basically said, I'm an entertainer. And I always appreciated that. I would have probably preached the exact same thing as well. I'm here to entertain. I'm not here to get on a soapbox. So, I think she did pretty much everything right and kind of,
She was grounded because she was raised poor. She was poorer than poor.
Oh, she came from nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they paid a bag of cornmeal to pay the doctor for her birth. I mean, it's crazy. But that's what grounded her. That's what made her so likable. And she did the thing with schools with books. She was actually in Wilmington not last year or something with the program she does when she gives books to children.
Well, you say she didn't get vocally political, but when she felt like something she wanted to do something, maybe it could be looked as political. She done it regardless of what people thought. And that's what I liked about her is if she wanted to stand for something, she stood for it, but she didn't, come out controversially about it.
Yeah, she didn't verbalize. But she definitely took actions that let you knew she had positions on this.
Yeah, she wouldn't take the bait when people would grill her on stuff, right? And that's what I appreciated about it. Is I'm not going to get into that. Not going to talk about it. I have my I have my thoughts on it, but we're not going to discuss it.
And how about the guts to turn down Elvis with that?
Well, that's
one of the best financial decisions she ever made.
Yeah, right. And also she's a strong woman. She wasn't going to let him take her work. I mean, very proud of her that she did that.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, the next thing up is new arrivals. So if you guys have anything new.
Let me grab mine. I forgot that.
Look at that. He's not even ready for his own show. Here. Look at
That is right, Tucker. Tucker made a valid point. When Porter Wagner had financial issues, she bought his entire catalog, gave it back to him, because Porter Wagner is really who basically,
Yeah.
brought her in, and
Did you hear
Got her to
how she
start
met her
on.
husband? She was
it
coming
was
out
outside of Washateria, I think.
Yeah, she was washing her clothes, and then she had just arrived at Nashville, I think. Yeah, and the guy drove by and said something, and next thing you know, they're talking. Next thing you know, they're getting married, and he read a very private life. He actually shows up on one of her album covers. I forget which one. There's one album cover where you can see her husband.
Yeah, you didn't really see or
Porter.
hear much about him.
Oh, Porter Wagner. He always had an interesting hairdo,
Yeah, and his outfit was over.
Yeah.
Even later on, he'd still wear that same outfit.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, you got anything new, Jake? Jakey?
Yeah, I got a few things.
What you got?
Things, damn it.
What you got?
Let's see. I got a music on vinyl press of Tonic Head On Straight, which is their third album.
MOVs, man.
Which is great. I love them. Love them. Went ahead and got the first album that was produced by Dan Auerbach with Hermanos Gutierrez. And this is El Bueno y El Malo.
Other one?
This was before Sonido Cosmico. I thoroughly enjoy.
I
both
enjoyed
records,
it.
man.
I enjoyed it. It's kind of like with the Buena Vista Social Club, kind of along those lines.
Kind of. I've got it's a new Weezer. The indie record store exclusive on Gold Wax, which I haven't even opened yet because I just got it in. Gonna give it a listen. Got a little Steely Dan action. This is live at Ellis Auditorium in Memphis, 1974.
Ride some boots. Unofficials.
Yep, some unofficials. Got a little Smashing Pumpkins live in the U.S., 1995. This was in Chicago. It's a radio broadcast.
You gotta stay off Whatnot.
And I got this very unique
That's a good
copy of Don Henley's. Yeah. Into the Innocent. Somehow Gonzo Shenanigans.
I like that cover better.
made the album. I mean, look at this.
It
guy.
looks better than he does.
Look at the damn intensity.
Yeah, I think. With the old lung dart in your hand there, you look good, man.
Yeah,
what do you think, man? Looking pretty
time
damn
for a
good.
sticker.
I probably should have used this as my damn headshot. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I wish I could print it 12 by 12.
I guarantee if you use that picture, you wouldn't be here today.
Hey, Joe, I might have made it. I might have made it big time, baby.
Somebody.
You'd still be in L.A.
I could have been like Contunda.
Yeah.
So is that it, Jake? All right, Joe. What do you?
I mean, I can always show you more.
I picked these up today, and I'm not. I'm. You guys might like this stuff. I'm not a big fan of Genesis. Genesis Archive, 1967 to 75.
We know someone who might like that.
And then these things are pricey. I didn't realize how pricey.
Yeah.
1976 to 1992.
Yeah.
Next.
Those are. I actually have those too. They're hard to find and they are pricey.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to them. I probably won't keep them.
Very, very prog.
But this is one I've been looking for a long time. This is Mercy D. Walton, and I found out about this guy because Buddy Guy covers his song "One Room Country Shack," and he's the guy that wrote the song. And this is an OG copy, and this is very hard to find. It's never been reissued. And this guy's my age at the time of the taking of this photo, and he looks like he's about 67. But fantastic album. And this is the one I got from Criminal Records, a Boston band, GA20, named after a Gibson amplifier. They does Hound Dog Taylor covers, and this is put out by Coal Mine and Alligator Records. Kind of looks like an old R. Hooley Folkways album cover. But you guys need to check them out. They just came out with a new album with Charlie Musselwhite. One of the guys in the band has toured with Charlie for many, many years. But this is the original band the guy, he has a Jufro, Pat Faherty. He's left and come out with a new band, but really, really good sound. Scott, you were talking about a band like Can Heat that has an old school sound. They have an old school sound. They use old guitars, old microphones, really,
Old
really
promo
good.
stickers.
Yeah.
Joe, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What percentage of your personal vinyl collection is blues or blues adjacent?
Probably
like 90%.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of my records are 90% blues. Yeah, I would say I'll take that back. Probably 98%. 98, probably 98%.
90. Let's just 99.9.
I mean, because that's what I want to listen to on vinyl. The rest of the stuff I can just stream or have it on CD. That's what I look at on vinyl to collect wise. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you little Jocko Pastorius.
Yeah, he's
you can
good.
Jam out too.
He's good. I'm familiar with him.
All right, so I'm going to show you mine. And of course, one of them I forgot the name of it, but
And that's it. Congratulations, super pumped for you, Sean. Let's go ahead and just cut it.
Graceland, Japanese white label promo.
Well, didn't somebody have a white label U.S. press of that? Didn't somebody have that?
Probably.
I thought one of you guys had that.
I don't.
Did I have? I might have had a white label promo. I don't have it anymore.
All right, then I have Akina Nakamori, Japanese city pop. I have this album called Linda Ronstadt Southern Belle that came from Jakey Poo. And I don't know why I'm saying Jakey Poo. I hate when I do that.
What is that an official release?
What?
So that Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah, it's on Capitol.
I've never seen that record.
Yeah, I never either. Jake saw it, and I'm like, I don't think I have that.
Jake saw it.
He saw it.
Sorry.
Thomas, do you have this one? Thomas?
$100, Thomas.
150 for Thomas.
And then I got this cool Jerry Garcia box.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
From Mr. Jakey.
Happy
for,
birthday,
my
baby.
birthday.
That's a good one.
And it shows it still has not been arrived yet in what. And I even sent a message saying that I received it, and they still haven't changed it.
File a claim.
I would file a claim that a person never sent it to me.
Send that back to me, damn it. Send me that cash.
All right, and that's my picks. That's my mine for today. What do you got, Scott?
Well, probably more exciting was what I have on pre-order, but when it comes in, I'll show that. But I did. I've never had Green Day Dookie on vinyl. I got the One Step American Idiot, but I picked this up. Not a huge Green Day fan, but I do like those two records.
Yeah, you got
Same.
that one.
And then I got the Smiths. They did this comp. This was a CD. I remember. I have this on CD. They did it Volume 1 and Volume 2 on vinyl. So,
Is that 10-inch?
nope,
No.
12 inch.
God, it looks small. Looks like a little 10-inch.
What was it? I didn't even see it.
My
The Smiths,
eyes.
The best
my
of the
eyes must
Smiths,
be
Volume
going.
1 and Volume 2.
Make it 75 and I'll think about it.
So there's some new vinyl file. Is that what you've ordered? What are you getting?
Yeah, I've got the Allmond Brothers on order. I've got that Boston self-titled from Impex on order. I got the Who, UHQR, Who's Next on order. I got the Casey Musgraves Golden Hour One Step on order. So I got some really cool audiophile stuff.
What is the other vinyl file releases?
I forget. They announced one of them is Frank Sinatra,
Frank
live at
Sinatra.
Sands.
Jizza?
Yeah, I
Jizza.
didn't know the other one. So
Jizza.
I think I have
Jizzer.
5 vinyl file. I'll tell you what, the Counting Crows, that was excellent. That was better than the one that Analog Productions put out a few years ago, 2016.
And the Sublime self-titled.
That Sublime's been out there for a while. They've
Okay,
had
I'm on the website. It says pre-order.
pre-order. Maybe I thought they had this. Maybe they did announce that one too. But they're kind of increasing. They were started out with 2 a month. Now it looks like they're pumping out a little bit more.
And the live at the Filmore East is the pink label Capricorn. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Today is the 35th anniversary for Pearl Jam's 10. And they just announced a live Pearl Jam 10 released today. I think it was today.
Lyle
It was the
probably already
18th.
has it.
Well, sorry, but so if you're looking for that, that's out there. All right, so let's get to our essentials today, guys.
Let's do it.
And I think Joe would be the first one to go.
I'm gonna be first.
Yeah. What's your? Well, I'll get the image up in a minute.
Well, this band is probably one of my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite bands of all time. Originally, I didn't have the record up until 2021 because that's when I started collecting records. But I did have a cassette, did have a CD of it back in the day. But they're very famous in my hometown. They played 1970 at a graduation party on Jekyll Island at the Gould's Auditorium on Jekyll Island, and for I think it was like $1,300, and it's the Allmond Brothers live at the Filmore East, and I was kind of shocked that this wasn't in the 500 yet, and this is the copy that I got a couple of years ago. It's a DJ copy. Iconic album cover. I mean, great photo. I've heard, different stories about how they got them to pose for this photo and how they got them to smile for this photo. And they offered them, they weren't offering them gummy bears. They were offering some different things, but great. I mean, the inside of the cover is less. I mean, it's a great photo on the outside of the cover, but the inside is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of boring to me. They missed out on it on the inside of the cover, but really cool. I mean, does this sound as good? White label promo. Does this sound as good as the other 12 copies I have? I don't think so, but it's just kind of cool to have it with the stickers on there. But it's iconic concert, and they closed out the Filmore East. That was like the last concert at the Filmore East before they closed it down. But you got a killer lineup. You got Dwayne Allman, Greg Allman, Dickie Betts, Barry Oakley, Butch Trucks, and then John Johannesson, the drums, a percussion guy, killer guy, and then Butch Trucks, which is Tedeschi Trucks band. He's related to Butch, and just a killer band. And unfortunately, just like not long after this album came out, Dwayne would be dead, and then followed by Barry Oakley like the next year, but like on the same road that Dwayne died in Macon. He died basically almost the exact same accident. But just a killer album, and like the way they recorded it, there was no fancy overdubs or anything. What you hear on this album is what was played at the concert, and part of it was released on Eat a Peach as well. Some of the tracks off of that, and there's some box sets of the album out there, deluxe box sets and stuff like that. I'm curious to see what the vinyl file is going to do, but like I said, I'm not going to get it because I already have multiple copies. I have no need for it. But it's a fantastic album. If you don't have the Allman Brothers in your collection, this would be a great one to get, because this is peak Allman Brothers. What you hear here is these boys are hitting all strides, full force, and I mean, just a unique, unequaled sound, in my opinion, to this day. And what's crazy is it was this album that kind of set them, nationally. I mean, their earlier albums were successful, especially in the South around here, and in Jacksonville and in Tennessee and everything like that. But this album really put them on the map. And unfortunately, Dwayne dies, and the band never really recovers after that. And they last a long time, up until Warren Hayes becomes a part of it. But just a killer band. I can't talk more highly about them. I mean, just great guitar work, great singing, great songwriting, and even what's his name, Dickie Betts' son looks just like him, and he's playing today, and great guitarist in and of himself. But yeah, one of my favorite albums. Anytime I see it, I just have to buy it. Even if the record's bad, I buy it for the cover, and I pass out the cover to friends and families. And
why don't you do a whole wall with those covers?
No.
The whole ceiling?
Why don't you do it?
Because I don't have that many.
Yeah.
I think I have one. I'm not even sure.
But yeah, it's just a great album, man. It's just a killer album. I wish I could find a reel to reel of it. I'd love to hear it on reel to reel.
Well, the
expensive as hell.
Any I mean, if you had a consensus top 10 live albums of all time, this record would be on there.
Yeah.
Like Whipping Post, nothing against the studio version, but when you hear it on this record, that's the way you need to hear it,
Yeah. If it's not the best live album, it's the best blues live album, in my opinion.
I just have a hard time with the fact that their songs are used for motorcycle insurance. I just my mind that's even a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my first entry into it.
All right.
Well, starting off strong, Joe.
Who's next? Jake?
I'm going to go ahead and go because this band is really, well, I would say one of the top 3 bands where my whole first 3 records theory really kind of came true per se. And this album is their 3rd effort, and their first 3 are amazing, which would be Pearl Jam's Versus, or I almost said Versus, which is their second. Pearl Jam Vitalogy, which came out in November of 1994. Man, it's hard. I've been recently kind of going back and listening to a lot of the Pearl Jam stuff. And I was always a 10 and Versus guy through and through. But I'll be honest with you, the more and more that I have listened to Vitalogy, it really kind of gets in there, kind of ruffles the feathers a little bit, because it's kind of a departure. You kind of see where they're going with this album compared to what they did with 10 and Versus. Versus was a little bit more, to me, it felt a little bit more raw, had a little bit more drive, more punch than 10 did. I wouldn't say that like it felt as grungy per se. Like 10 to me was a very kind of grungy album. Versus had some of those elements, but with these 3 records, man, the way that they kind of progressed, it was a perfect progression. And I think they did a great job, not just on the music itself, some of the songs, some of the hits, obviously. Spin the Black Circle, which was probably one of my least favorite songs. It's more of a punk driven song. Really wasn't a fan of that per se, but it has, Not For You. One of my favorite songs on it, obviously, is Immortality. Thank you, Calvin. I really appreciate that. But just to kind of give you a little bit, this is my 1994 U.S. original press of the album. But I think Last Exit is great. Nothing Man, also one of my favorite songs that they did. Corduroy, I dig. But it's
Better Man's on there too.
It is.
I think this record's really important for Pearl Jam because I actually think they were building up to this. I love Versus too, but Vitalogy is probably more accessible because it contains Corduroy and Better Man, and
and Nothing Man. The record is the record is great. Like it's kind of like a 5-tool record, if you will. Like everything about it, not just the album, the songs itself, but even the packaging, the jacket. It kind of is put together like a 1920s kind of medicine, kind of thing, right? And it's one of their better presentations, even though I can't stand No Code. And it did have a couple of songs on it. The packaging is what I love about that particular record. But this was their third effort. Sold 5 million copies in the U.S. alone. I think worldwide, right around 7 million copies as of 2013. It wouldn't surprise me if this record went over 10 million. But you think about the bands that come out there. First records sometimes just take off and explode. Sophomore efforts, some of them can be crap, and you just never get that repeat. But Pearl Jam being able to do it, 3 times in a row, it just goes to show how solid of a group they really are. And they're still kicking ass and taking names today, even though, I really do love their first 3.
Yeah, I went to Newbury Comics at midnight to buy that record. I remember that night it came, that midnight, and buying it at midnight.
Yep.
I think it's my favorite Pearl Jam record. And I think 25, 30 years from now, this will be the one that, just because it's so deep and accessible, right? Like if you're going to get somebody into Pearl Jam, you probably start with this and go back, and songs like Daughter on Versus is very accessible.
It is, and that's it's I thought about that, Scott, oddly enough. Like, when we had the conversation, just when we were kind of going on that hour convo of, like, when you asked me, look, hey, if you were bringing somebody in and getting them involved in Pink Floyd, like, what would the record be? And, like, no brainer, I was like, Wish You Would Hear would be the album, right?
Yeah.
I think Vitalogy probably could be, but I don't know. It's tough. Versus is pretty damn good too.
Yeah. And I would say that they went on, like, I don't think they ever sounded like 10 again. Like, I think everything else they did,
man.
was an offshoot of Versus and Vitalogy.
To me, I don't know. I'm sure maybe you could find an interview somewhere, but part of me feels like after 10, because I don't know if some of y'all remember it, but there was a lot of, like, infighting per se between Nirvana and Pearl Jam. I don't think Kurt Cobain was very into just kind of what Pearl Jam was doing. There was a little bit of back and forth, although I think over time, right, a short period of time before his death. I mean, this album came out not just right after Kurt Cobain died, right? So it came out at a very crazy time of music, but I think he and Eddie Vedder kind of squashed whatever they had. But I do think that they probably were not fond of being kind of labeled what they were when 10 came out, and just said, hey, man, we're going to do our thing. And I think they did it right with the next 2. Well, Calvin, that is blasphemy.
And they sound good too, because Brendan O'Brien came on and started producing with Versus and Vitalogy, where I'm highly critical of the sound of 10. This Vitalogy sounds good.
It's produced well.
This came out in 1994. I was in 8th grade. This was a big band for me. I listened to them all the time. It was big on the radio here. I had most of the CDs. I don't remember having 10. I have a stepsister that was into Pearl Jam. I think she had 10. But I know I have Versus, and then I had this one. I like the even the CD packaging was cool. And I liked Yield. Yield was I like that album as well.
I liked Low Light on Yield, and that was like the one song that stuck with me.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of songs on albums. I don't like all the songs on them, but Pearl Jam's big for me. I listen to them a lot. I mean, they got played a lot, especially in my house and in my car. And I'm just listening over the album today. Nothing Man, Corduroy, Better Man. I mean, just those are the tracks that has always stuck out to me. As soon as I hear it, as soon as I hear those songs, I immediately get brought back, to 1994, 8th grade here in Brunswick, Georgia, and just listening to Pearl Jam. And really, I'd never, we listening to country music and blues around for me, and I've never heard anything like Pearl Jam.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Great
guess
album. Good pick.
I'll go next because
Thank you.
I'm ready here. This one is this record. This band, you know, their first few albums, it was maybe 100,000, couple 100,000. They had a cult following, which really, it's true. It is true, and it just happens to
No,
be
I'm laughing
that
at the joke, man.
it just happens to be the name of the band, and that is whoops, I did it wrong again. Is Blue Oyster Cult. Their previous albums were darker. They weren't very I don't want to say commercial, but I guess commercial would be the right name. They were really getting pressured by their record company to really do a little bit more accessible, and they kind of toned it down and made it more accessible with and then this is what they came out with. You know, we have Don't Fear the Reaper, which is kind of a it's a cult. It's what is the right word for it? It's a phenomenon because, you know, more cowbell, the most repeated thing in the world, more cowbell, more cowbell. So it peaked at number 12, or the highest thing. It peaked at number 29 and reached up as high as 12. And it sold, I don't even know if I have how many. I don't think it was certified platinum. So this was their most successful album. And ended up making it to the Rolling Stones top 500 at 405. And basically, it transformed the Blue Oyster Cult from a cult favorite into a mainstream commercial act, anchored down by "Don't Fear the Reaper," which remains the band's single, their biggest song to date, highest charting single, and again from Saturday Night Live skit in 2000. More cowbell. It's kind of solidified, and it's a song that even newer generations are aware about just because of the cowbell. But definitely put them on the map, and I think you guys should give them a listen.
I'll give it a Manisson.
Manisson?
All right. I'm going to give it one hell of a Manisson.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Scott. No, you go ahead.
Well, what's strange is you by any right you could see Blue Oyster Cult kind of disappearing, you know, falling off the edge. But I tell you, you get, you know, we all sell records. You get Blue Oyster Cult records, they sell. There are people still out there into Blue Oyster Cult, and you know, I don't know if this is my favorite Blue Oyster Cult. Maybe Fire of Unknown Origin, but they always had like because of songs like Don't Fear the Reaper, Godzilla. Every time I think of Blue Oyster Cult, I always think like they did a soundtrack for some horror movie, you know, or something. Like they got a song called Joan Crawford on one of their albums. It's about.
Did you say horror movie or horror movie?
Horror movie.
Well, in your accent, it probably comes out as hua.
Okay, I heard it's
one of those hua movies.
What the hell is a horror movie?
Either one. They're both good movies.
Sean not into those hua movies.
Those horror movies.
Horror or horror, it doesn't matter. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
What I was gonna say, I always respected about them. I think they're not your typical classic rock. Their themes are just different than anybody else's themes.
Yeah, they were always dark. It was always dark and about death.
Yeah.
Especially the earlier ones. So
the self-titled is the one I'm familiar with. The album. I mean, I know the song "Fear the Reaper," and I listen to the album today. That's the only song I know on the whole album is "Fear the Reaper."
Yeah.
And somewhere I heard a friend of mine, I was talking to him about it. He says he thinks it's one of the most overrated albums of Blue Oyster Cults.
Oh.
But,
it might. Well, it's awesome because
but I don't know if I don't know if it's true or not because I wouldn't consider myself a Blue Oyster Cult fan, but I'm more familiar, like I said, with the self-titled.
I could see a diehard fan
of the Whoers.
Then I weren't big fans of it,
Yeah.
but to bring people to listen to that band, this is definitely the album. This was your gateway to Blue Oyster Cult. Unless you started with them early.
It's an iconic song. I mean,
yeah.
Well, it's a culture. It's a cultural thing too.
And then in the middle of the song, it kind of stops almost, and then completely the end half of the song is completely different, almost than the first half of the song.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild to me.
It's one of those songs with the more than one song in it, kind of.
Yeah,
which are kind of my favorite. The ones with 3 parts or multiple parts. All right, so Scott, you are
Okay, so I'm gonna give a couple clues to mine. First of all, this was a Discord pick that I've spent.
No, you should just go with it. Don't say that. Just go with it.
I've put a lot of work into this. I've been listening to this record for a month.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So this came out in 2000. It's triple platinum. A little band out of Sacramento. I'm not talking about Papa Roach or Tesla. It's another band out of Sacramento.
You heard me.
So here's what I knew about the record. Why I spent so much time with it, because I know this group is important. I know they're big. I know they keep getting bigger despite the fact that they're well on to their career. So yes, Sean's ruined the whole pitch, but
it is their best. It's their best album. It's my
already
favorite
in the
album.
chat, so
It's the only one I've ever listened to be honest with you. Besides the covers, the covers are excellent. But it is a great pick.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'd paid much attention to Deftones other than going in the record store and seeing like, man, they are really popular. They got, they've done all these reissues and they're out there. And I heard that one record store owner say that their number one seller last year was Deftones records artist, number one selling artist. So definitely have a huge following. It is kind of alternative new metal. And this being their third album, their first two albums, they had a little you can hear a little hip hop influence in it. This one, not so much. They had one song that they added later that sounds more like old. But here's my take on it. And the singles were Change and Back to School, Mini Maggot, which was the one that they added. And that is actually not on the press of this record because it was added later. I do not like that song, Back to School. It's terrible. I don't know why the record company wanted it on there, other than it had some of that hip hop sound that they had before. So I think that made the record company feel a little more comfortable. The album didn't need that song.
I like the way they spell maggot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they used it twice. It's in pink. They have a Pink Maggot song.
And
too.
you've got a special guest appearance by Maynard James Keenan.
Yes, and thank you for that. So here's my
so
whether there's no doubt, and thank you, Zach. This I'm glad that there's no way I listened to this record that intensely if somebody like Zach, who's highly engaged in Discord, and I really respect you folks that get into it with us over there, and I wanted to take this seriously. So this had a solid 10 listens because I think listening to an album once or twice, that ain't going to get it done because a lot of times some of the best songs get you on the fourth or fifth listen. So here's my personal report on what I like about this album. Okay. And I'll tell you what I don't like about it. I'm on record. If you growl or you scream, I'm out. So for me to listen to this album for 10 times, there's some growling, there's some screaming, and I really started reflecting. I'm at the beginning of the Gen Xers, and I thought, well, maybe us Gen Xers really screwed the world up, and the millennials, maybe they need some of that rage in there. Maybe that's what they're feeling about the world, and maybe us Gen Xers did that to the world. I don't know, but I don't feel the need for anybody to growl or scream at me and my music. So. But
he's got a damn good pterodactyl scream. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but here's the songs. By far, my favorite song on there is Passenger. And that's the one
with Maynard James Keenan.
Maynard James sings the chorus on. I like the speed of it, the sound. The best thing about this band is the bass player is freaking amazing. I loved so many songs drew me to the bass line. The fact that he just wasn't keeping the rhythm, that he was playing his own melody on most songs, I found very interesting and I don't know who it is, very talented guy, whoever it is. I also liked,
you should have done a reaction video while you were listening.
It would have changed over time. I should have done a time lapse. Because the first time I listened to it, Only Passenger. I was like, okay, that song's not terrible. But now I do like RX Queen. I do like Street Carp. And I like Change.
Change is great.
Those are my favorites. The ones I can definitely do. Elite, never. Like, I hate that song. I started in subsequent plays. I skipped that song. I hate Elite. So anyway, no question, if you're doing 600 albums that people need to get exposed, we don't have a lot of this on there, thanks to Johnny's put a little bit on there, but alternative, and this is alternative new metal. This is probably the prime example of it out there right now in this group, Deftones. So I'm glad. Thanks, Zach. Knife Fight is good too. I did like that. For recommending it and making me listen to it for 10 times.
Well, I mean, it come out in my heyday, 95 was their first album. 97 was the one album cover that I recognize, Around the Fur. I recognize that one. White Pony, I don't even recognize the album cover, but I listen to the album today and I don't even know what they're saying. So, I mean, and that's all the songs. And I've yet to find a Deftones song that I recognize, which is not saying anything bad. It's just, I don't know what they are, but they all sound the same to me, but they all sound good. I mean, to me, the music's good, but I have no clue what they're saying and I don't recognize any of it. But,
buy the Deftones covers album. I actually like their version of Drive better than the Cars.
Take that back.
Elite reminded me of the Transformer,
I
the
do.
little Transformer sounds, the robots.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of that, if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's like I will say the Passengers, like I could understand the lyrics in that, and I like you're not exactly sure. It can mean in general, it can be a very specific, but I like the theme of it and a great sounding song. Matter of fact, I think the guitarist in this band is at his best when it's not the shred, when it's like putting little bends and fills in. That's when I really like the guitar playing. I think when it gets to the chorus on some of these songs, there's just so many layers of guitars that it just sounds crunchy. That's all it sounds to me. But anyway, White Pony, Deftones.
All right, Joe.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah, next.
Caught me off guard here. Well, this guy here is a guy that kind of flew under my radar. I didn't really know who he was up until probably 10 years ago. I'm a big Eric Clapton blues fan. When he's playing the blues, like when he's singing, what is it, My Father's Eyes, I'm not a fan of that. But I'm a big Eric Clapton, the Blues Breakers fan. And he covered this song that was written by a guy by the name of J.J. Cale. J.J. Cale. Sean's going to put it up there, right? Fantastic artwork. This is his first album. This dude did not like the limelight. He kind of wanted to fly under the radar, and even didn't even know that Clapton had covered his song Cocaine, or what was the one off of this? After Midnight. Yeah, he didn't even know Clapton had covered After Midnight until he heard it on the radio.
I guess his people.
As people let him know. Well, the check started coming in the mail after Clapton covered it, and it really saved his life, because he really was. He's a really good musician. He was in the Air Force, I believe, electrician, and was a big tinkerer. You need to look up J.J. Cale's guitars. He always modified his guitars. He had a home studio, had an early electric drum system that he used on his making songs and stuff, and you can hear it on here, I believe. But really, really good musician, good singer, songwriter, and just a fantastic guy. And if you look at the back here, this is the personnel that's on the album. Just a a list of who's who of Nashville session players, and Nashville Cats, as they're famously known as. Played with Bob Dylan, played with, you know, just about anybody that went through Nashville. These guys played with them, and JJ got them to play on this album. And one of the funny stories that I heard about here recently was that he turned down to be on the Dick Clark show? Was it American Bandstand?
Mm-hmm.
This is before my time. I've never seen the show live, but he refused to go on the show because the hit off of this album was crazy, or one of the hits off this album was Crazy Mama, and he wanted to bring his band and perform it live.
Oh no,
And
they didn't do
That's
that.
a lip sync thing. Yeah.
And said, no, you're not bringing your band, and you're going to sing it. You're going to lip sing it. And he said, well, we ain't doing it. So he walked away from it. So he would have been bigger if he would have went on that show. And that, you know, that's the way you got known back then, was to be on a show like that. And he turned it down. And, but I mean, he went on to write, the other song on here was, They Call Me the Breeze. Leonard Skinner made that famous. After Midnight. I mean,
he wrote Cocaine too.
Yeah, he wrote Cocaine. That's another check that he cashed of
Yeah, he made some money.
Oh, he made a killing. But just a fantastic music producer. He worked for Shelter Records, Leon Russell's label, and produced a lot of albums. He plays guitar on a lot of albums. A lot of times people are underwhelmed by him. Like they're expecting more.
He is a laid back blues guy.
He's just laid back, and that's who he is. But there's nobody that sounds like him.
No, I mean, I had not listened to this record until you submitted it, Joe, and I was aware of JJ Cale.
Yeah.
But I just like, well, it's just like real clean. Like it's almost Oklahoma country blues, but it's not country themes. But it has a different sound than blues that come from other parts of the country.
They came up with a word to define it. It's a Tulsa sound.
Tulsa sound. Yeah.
Tulsa sound. And I know it's not on the list. It's not my entry for tonight, but this came out in 1972 naturally, and this one came out in 1972. And this is really, but y'all need to check this dude out. I mean, maybe you don't want it in your collection on vinyl, but just listen to it. And it's just a killer. He's just a killer songwriter, killer singer, in my opinion, and just an innovative recorder of music. And look up his guitars, because he always had, he made an electric guitar out of an old cheap. He always used cheap guitars, cheap equipment that he always modified. He's just a really, really interesting fellow to me. So that's my entry.
Well, you're a tinkerer, and
I really. So yeah, but it's just I only found out about him just maybe 10 years ago, and just kind of flew under the radar. And in my personal opinion, it's kind of unfortunate because he made great music and very innovative in how he made his music. And but yeah, died of a heart attack. And Eric Clapton was really big in his life and helped him out through a lot of hard times. So.
Well, those residual checks too. I mean.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm up next, I believe. My next one is this album. Before it was released in the U.S. by Columbia, this album was the biggest selling import album in U.S. history. So before it even reached the United States, it was being shipped here, a UK version of it. And this album also has the core of the band is actually the backing band. It actually became the News with Huey Lewis, the News, which I forgot all about. But a core of that band behind this gentleman, and this gentleman's name is, you remember that joke with Elvis Costello? Elvis Costello is definitely, like on Whatnot, is a hard one to sell. How many times did we get burnt just trying to do a dollar stunt on Elvis Costello? How much did I buy it from you, Jake? Like $3 or something?
I bought one for $2 from him.
Yeah, $2. And then I
y'all kiss my butt.
He's kind of an acquired taste. It's kind of odd, but This album is really, really good.
And he's a great songwriter.
Um, he's kind of like new wave pub rock, punk rock, power pop. This album produced, Allison, Less Than Zero, The Angels Want to Wear My Red Shoes, Welcome to Working Week, and the UK version did not have, Watching the Detectives. That was not on the UK release until it came to US, and that's one of the better songs on that album, and it wasn't on the UK version. It didn't receive any awards, but it did peak at number 32. And he was inducted to the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2005. But he's definitely one that gets very overlooked. And some people maybe over time kind of go into Elvis Costello, but it's unfortunate, but people kind of don't like him, but I don't think they give him a fair chance. So I really think you guys should get this record, or at least his greatest hits record is an amazing record to own. I have both of these, and I do enjoy them. But if you can't get this one, get the greatest hits, and it's a great album. It's just very overlooked. It's crazy how, like, I could put that in the store and it'd be in my store for months.
It's why I said Costello is better than Elvis Presley. I'm not the biggest Elvis Presley fan, but I don't know about that.
I don't know if I would say that, but he's a very unique, and the songwriting, the singing, the style is amazing. And yeah.
The best way that I found and this record is great. Costello is good, but he is a hard sell, because I think a lot of people don't know much about him. But the way you sell it is the way I sold that record I bought for $2 is I just made it a Let's Get Jake, and I think I sold it for $17. Bought it for $2, sold it for $17.
Yeah.
Harry Red Baron bought it, and he was all about the getting a laugh on Jake. That's the reason.
So we had that joke, because I think I sold one and got burnt too. So we joked for a while that we got Elvis Costello'd when we only sold.
We got Costello'd is
Yeah,
basically what we started.
Yeah.
So moving after that incident, anytime like a record, you would run it at $1 or $2 and it just didn't budge, you officially got Costello'd.
Yeah, because I ran a greatest hits. I don't think it sold for more than $7.
The Eagles' greatest hits I got from you for $4.
Yeah, that was a brand new one too.
Yeah.
Well, I got Costello. I don't know if you were in there, Sean. I got Costello last night.
I missed that.
I ran a Who Live at Leeds original in the Manila folder, Obi.
What is it, $11, $10?
$16.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a $90 record. I was shocked.
When did this come out? 77? Is that right?
76 or 76?
Yeah, I don't think
US was probably 77.
I don't think I've ever listened to it. I've seen the album. I've never owned it, but I don't think I've ever listened to it fully until I listened to it yesterday.
And what did you think?
Well, I know the name Elvis Costello, and I know he's married to Diana Krall. The only song on the album that I liked that stuck out to me was "Blame It on Cain." I like that. I really like that song. That was a good song. The rest, I need to listen to it more. Like Scott said, I listened to it yesterday for the first time all the way through, and that song really stuck out to me was "Blame It on Cain." I like the guitar. He's a great guitarist and great lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
Just not familiar with the songs at all.
Yeah.
So
he's got a few good releases. I have almost all his stuff on CD.
Yeah.
But,
great cover artwork.
Yeah, it is. It's iconic. Cover.
His albums always have great covers.
Yeah, the one with him as a king, I've always liked that one.
The one with the photo, he's got the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the backing band, California-based country rock act Clover, which is Hopper and McPhee, which later joined Huey Lewis in the News, and they were kind of calling them as the Shamrocks as the backing band when they did.
I looked him up. He's got a pretty interesting history behind him. I don't like that. I just read it yesterday, and really interesting guy, and married a beautiful woman
and talented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and in her own right, she's very talented. Great jazz musician, singer.
darling of audiophiles everywhere.
Yep.
You got the Bo Burnham box set for $1. Good for you, Colin. I mean, the $150 record that set. All right, so Scott, you are up next, and let me guess what you're gonna do.
I'm doing the newer one.
You did the newer one.
No, this is the newest one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, this record's 2004, and it's Jimmy Eat World Futures. Now, we've talked about this album. I think we talked about it when Devo was on. It's come up in a couple other things, but absolutely one of my favorite records from the early 2000s. And I still listen to this thing today. I was talking to Joe before, and he was very familiar with Bleed American, which, that is, they definitely had more radio play off of that. And I love that record too. But what I like about this, and not because it sounds similar, it's just thematically, it reminds me of like a Cure record because it has a darkness to it. And it has a I don't know, almost eerie feel in this. I mean, it's got songs like Kill, Pain, Drugs or Me. So this is not Bleed American, but I was just counting up. I love 8 songs on this record. I think it's right on par as far as artistically with Bleed American. I actually prefer this one a little bit better. It's about it has sold about 600,000. Did debut at number 6 when it was released, and that's kind of the strength of Bleed American being really popular. And Pain was a number 1 modern rock track on Billboard. But to me, the best song is Kill. The side A of the very nice presentation on this too. It's gatefold, really nice on the vinyl. This actually might be, it folds out really nice. Can't hold it the right way, but anyway, if you're not given Jimmy Eat World, Bleed American and Futures, you'll get 2 great albums, but 2 very different records there, and one of my favorite bands of the 2000s.
That's the one I got from you, right? I haven't opened that yet. I think I got that from you.
You should listen to it. It's good.
Oh, I listened a little bit, but I'm gonna open it up.
My second effort, everything's pretty much staying in the 90s this evening, but I wanted to bring up some of the unplugged stuff. This next record I wanted to bring up, we talked about live records earlier, and this I would say is probably one of the best live albums of all time, and that would be Alice in Chains Unplugged. We'll get to Nirvana last, but you can go ahead and do.
Well, I like the other album better, but whatever.
You can go to Alice in Chains. So here we go, and then we'll do Nirvana Unplugged, which very well may be one of the best, probably the best Unplugged album of all time. This one sold over, I think, 3 million copies total. Came out in July of 1996. This was the first live performance that Alice in Chains had at the time in over 2.5 years, because Lane Staley was just rocked up just on heroin and was going through major addiction at the time, and band couldn't tour. Like, they couldn't do anything, but they somehow managed to get their act together and do a performance. You watch the performance live. I mean, you could look at Lane Staley and you could see how frail the guy is. He's just skinny, pale. If y'all don't realize, like, if you remember, he had gloves on. He had gloves on because he was covering his track marks. And but I mean, I'll tell you what, man, the performance was unbelievable. Coming from somebody who was battling severe heroin addiction, and he was medicated, man. Like, I mean, he was going through some significant withdrawals. On top of that, Jerry Cantrell had horrific food poisoning. he ate a bad hot dog or something prior to the taping, and if you watch the live footage, there is a trash can by him in case he needs to puke. So like there was a lot of stuff going on this record, right? But the performance was unbelievable. And sadly enough, this was really the last, I think, live performance, live act that Lane Staley did with the band, because I think right after the album was released, or right before it was released, he overdosed. And he had basically at that point withdrawn almost entirely from just public life. People didn't see him much, which is really sad. And then of course he ended up overdosing in 2002. But I mean, what I love about all the Unplugged, I love the stripped down versions of the songs, and in some instances I think they're better. You've got Down in a Hole, you have Wood, you've got Rooster, you have some great interpretations of these songs that are really stripped down, that I just think made it really unique. And just the whole candlelit kind of, it was a wonderful performance, and I still think one of the best live albums to be out there. Not necessarily quite as good as Nirvana's Unplugged, which we'll get to last, but
wait a minute there, my friend. I think there's a fair amount of support for Alice in Chains being the best.
It's there. It's up there. I definitely think it's up for interpretation. I definitely think it's one of the best Unplugged episodes ever. I would probably put Alice in Chains and Nirvana. They could easily be in the top two, right? At least tonight they will be. But there are some other damn good Unplugs as well.
I can't say who's the best because they had so many great ones. Eric Clapton was good, even if you don't.
Clapton's Unplugged. I have it. It's unbelievable.
It's the best thing MTV ever did.
Tony Bennett.
It's the best thing MTV ever did.
People don't. Anybody see Lenny Kravitz Unplugged? Lenny Kravitz Unplugged was unbelievable. Stone Temple Pilots Unplugged.
You know who the real stars of this are? Whoever set up the acoustics and the sound at these concerts. I mean, they all sound great. Mm-hmm. That's a real miracle. Is you get an Unplugged record from that series, they all sound good.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the record or listening to it is the best way to do it. I think the best way is to watch it.
Yeah. I love watching,
especially,
and they're all streaming.
Especially the other one that's going to come up tonight. Yeah. So
they've all been. It is available on streaming.
Well, and the cool thing about that little backstory, real quick, before we go back to Joe, is all the candles, right? Because it was it was all candlelit. Lane Staley got all those candles. He went and bought all those candles and kind of had everything lit up, which was really nice.
And didn't it just get re-released? Because it wasn't bootlegs for
it's about to. I think it's about to come out in the next week or two. I have the coveted music on vinyl press, which y'all, if you're interested, I might be selling that tomorrow.
$9.25 comes out
tomorrow's show,
September 25th.
Yeah, I haven't watched them. Gosh, I mean, back when they were coming out on MTV, that was. I mean, this crap that they were putting on MTV right before they shut down or whatever. I mean, this was the best thing they ever did. I mean, they had a bunch of them. I can't remember. I can't even remember how many they had, but they had a bunch of them, and they were all good. They were
all the Tiny Desk concerts, right? Everything, all that stuff. It all comes from that. It all comes from the Unplugged sessions. Like Unplugged is what started it all.
Yeah.
Well, CMT Crossroads, like the Pat Benatar and Martina McBride one, that is excellent.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, the Crossroad ones are good too.
But to really get the full force of it, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
What was it? Def Leppard and Taylor Swift, I think was one of them.
That was a strange matchup. But.
Yeah. But the Unplugs I've been watching, I just watched the Arrested Development one. And I just discovered that's on vinyl, so I'm looking for the Arrested Development Unplugged on vinyl.
Dashboard Confessional even has an Unplugged, and I've even got that.
Yeah.
It's downstairs in my wife's office. She jams out to it. She loves it.
When you want to get your emo on.
Sometimes you got to get your emo on, baby.
I'd like to watch a video of Scott listening to emo too.
But yeah, that is coming out on September 25th. 2 LP. There's a yellow version and there's a black vinyl.
Yeah, so
The black vinyl's $31.
this is the unofficial
Yeah.
that I have, and then I have the MOV. It's in the crate. But
And there's one with yellow wax that
Alanis Morissette.
Stacy,
that's another good one.
100%. Like, 10,000 Maniacs. Great.
I mean, they were all.
Oh,
They were
that
all.
was, yeah.
10,000
They were all
Maniacs
There
was
was
great.
one. There was
Damn,
one. I can't remember
Cranberries was great.
if it was Erica Badu or someone, and they kind of like went off on this gibberish. There was one that was bad. I can't remember if it was Erica Badu or
You're
somebody
making it
else,
up. You're
but there
making
was
it
one.
up. They were all good.
No, I was reading about it earlier today.
They were all good.
There are some great ones, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be able, like, I think we should all do a segment on just the unplugs and just, you know, if we can get our hands. I've got quite a bit of it, but you could stream it all and listen to it and just kind of go in order of what we think is best to worst. But
Future episodes.
There you
Top,
go.
top 5 unplugged. That'd be a hard assignment.
it's tough, man.
Joe'd be out. He don't like to make decisions.
I don't like the top 5. They're all great. I mean,
But we all love those, like live at Daryl's house and all those the NPR things we've been watching. Where did we watch yesterday?
NPR is great.
Natalie Merchant. I think we watched
Yep.
the other day. I think it was Natalie Merchant. And they're great. They're just fun, and you just listening to the music and the songwriter. Van Morrison, Noah Vernon, Unplugged.
Thomas, to my knowledge, no, but Live at Hollywood Bowl would probably be the closest. You ass.
Eric Clapton. No. I'm not thinking of Eric Clapton. All right, so Scott, you're up next, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Joe,
No,
I was last. I was second.
Oh,
the
okay.
first
So
time
we're going
around.
back around.
So it's going back to Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
all right.
So it's Joe, you, me.
This
I know
next.
what you. I
This
know
is
what
my last. This is my last one. This band is kind of under the radar, especially if you're not a blues fan. But they have a lot of history to them, and the band members are fantastic because they have some of the all-time, in my personal opinion, all-time nicknames. You got a guy by the name of the Bear. You got a guy by the name of Blind Owl. You got a guy by the name of the Sunflower. You got a guy by the name of the Mole. And then you got Fido. All right. You got Bob the Bear Height leading the vocals. You got Alan Blind Owl Wilson, who taught Sunhouse how to play the guitar again, how to sing his songs again. If
Well, he's too drunk.
if it wasn't for Blind Owl, we wouldn't have Sunhouse iconic album on Columbia. Henry the Sunflower Vestine was kicked out of Frank Zappa's band for marijuana, but he was one of the top 100 guitarists of all time. You got the bass player Larry Taylor.
You guys know who it is yet?
It's called Can He. They don't know who it is. Iconic album cover. This came out in 1970.
Chuck E. Cheese band.
And this is Future Blues by Canned Heat. Just an iconic band. I mean, they flew in by helicopter to Woodstock, kind of brought down the house. And this original copy came with this pretty interesting comic book. They're really big into, being stewards of the planet. And Bob Height, the Bear, and Blind Owl were huge.
One guy's named Sunflower.
Yeah. They were huge blues enthusiasts, and they have one of the biggest record collections ever, especially a lot of 78s. Unfortunately, when the Bear died, his house got kind of ransacked by a bunch of creditors and family members, and the record collection was basically just it was like a mad dash grabbing all the stuff. But I mean, you've got hits like Going Up to the Country. This album's got Let's Work Together, which became an international hit. And then you got Sugar Bee, but it's fantastic. It's great guitar work. it's great vocals. Alan Blind Al Wilson, John Lee Hooker, told him he was the best harmonica player he's ever heard. And John Lee said that he's never seen anybody keep up with him the way Alan could, because John Lee, you never knew what John Lee Hooker was going to do playing a song. He just kind of made it up as he went along. But it was just, they're just a great band. And they deserve to be in the list simply based on their preservation of blues music. But they're still out there. I think it's the drummer Fido. I think Fido is the last guy that's living of the original members. Unfortunately, Henry died, and then Blind Al became one of the very first members of the 27 Club. He died when he was 27 years old, but just a really smart guy. He got his name from John Fahey, another great guitarist. Alan forgot his glasses, and he was in college, and he was helping John Fahey write his thesis, I believe, on something like blues music. And he had the paper up to his face real close. So John Fahey started calling him Blind Al, and plus because of his round face. But they're one of my favorite bands. They always have great album covers, but give them a chance if you've never heard them.
That's what I told Joe before the show. I love about this show is when people put on records that I don't know, it almost makes me go listen to it. So I listened to this today. Joe put it on the list, and I've seen all these Canned Heat records when I'm in record stores. I've never listened to one. So, it is, a very English bluesy, I think. And,
this one, the ones before more Delta, Mississippi, U.S.
Oh, really?
Blues. Yes. Yes.
There's one on here has I hear a little Delta influence on. But the thing I want, Sean, can you make that picture big?
Yeah. It's iconic.
It is a cool cover. But I wanted to say the budget for spacesuits was not high.
Yeah.
Okay. These look improvised. But
they were upset. They were upset with the Vietnam War. And they were upset with what was going on during the 70s and before environmentally. They like I said, they're really big on being stewards of the earth. And this almost didn't get put in stores because record labels and stores did not want, because the upside down U.S. flag, they did not like this. But these guys, they were real big on being authentic to their music, but also they cared for their planet, cared for their people, and real big on animals as well.
Well, obviously with their names, they had to be, except for Sunflower.
Yeah,
it's probably best that a lot of them aren't around anymore because it really hasn't got that much better.
Yeah.
We're still struggling.
They got their name from an old blues song from about a guy that used to drink Sterno. He would liquefy the Sterno. Yeah, Canned Heat.
That is a cool name for a band.
It's a great name. It's a great name, and like I said, they've got some iconic album covers, and a lot of their albums are hard to find playable because people played them.
I will never again mix up Canned Heat and Can.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I distinctly know the difference now.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, because I think most people only know Canned Heat from Woodstock, and that's it.
Yeah,
nothing beyond that. And that's unfortunate because they really are good. And I love Going Up Country, though. I love that song.
Yeah.
All right. So is that me next? I think it is.
Yep.
All right. This next one, if you were watching MTV in 1981, 1982, you've listened to two of these songs at least, I don't know, 1,000 times maybe. Like every hour, one of these two songs would be on MTV. This was their biggest album to date. They always had a great following, but never peaked to this level. And I find it funny. This album was recorded in North Brookfield, Massachusetts, so right between Amherst, Mass, and Worcester. This was recorded. This one debuted at number 62, reached number 1 in 1982, holding the top spot for 4 consecutive weeks. And the two videos, you if you were alive then, you've seen it 1,000 times. And this band why did it do it like the other ones did? That's weird. This is Geils band Freeze Frame. This was their biggest album. They had moderate success before this, but this brought them to a whole new level. Centerfold was number 1 for 6 weeks. Freeze Frame number 4. But the videos were iconic over and over again, nonstop. This is actually an album that made them so successful that they fell apart afterwards. The lead singer, frontman Peter Wolf, was on this album, and keyboard Seth Justman. I think they did most of this. They did kind of a songwriting together, but Seth Justman did a lot of it. They added synthesizers to this a little bit and kind of modernized their sound.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
But it gets the album after this. It's funny because the album after this could almost be one of the band's worst, which was Odds and Even. But with the success, it kind of just blew them apart. Angel in Blue had backing vocals, but Sister Houston and Luther Vandross. And again, just the videos over and over again.
That was massive. Like,
yeah, it was beyond huge.
I mean, they were kind of building to this change in sound. The album before, Love Stinks, that had Love Stinks and Come Down on it. It kind of had that sound, and they kind of blew that up on this record. And I'll tell you what, Japanese press, I get this record, I sell this record. It is still popular today.
Yeah.
People look for this record.
But like they had several greatest. They had a couple greatest hits before this album came out. But yeah, just an amazing band and iconic album, especially at the time.
I've never seen the album. I've seen the ones that the one I've seen is the one with the live with the playing card on the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've had like several different live albums.
Yeah, I want the self-titled. Self-titled's my favorite. It's got a great cover of John Lee Hooker's "Serve You Right to Suffer" on it.
Does it?
Yeah, they were a lot more blues on their early stuff.
Yeah, they were.
And basically kind of out of Massachusetts. I know.
Yeah. Really, big difference in sound from their self-titled to this one.
Oh,
you need to listen to this one and then listen to the self-titled that came out in 1970. There's a big difference.
Oh God, yeah, because of the synthesizers, and they really got that sound that was perfect for MTV at that time. And
but the Serve You Right to Suffer is a fantastic cover.
Yeah.
I've never seen the videos until today.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was born.
Well, you're young. Yeah,
I was born in 1981. I don't think I've ever. I know the songs. I know Freeze Frame. I know Centerfold, but I've never.
It was like every hour one of those two songs was on.
Oh yeah, it had its moments where it was dominating for a while.
Freeze Frame with it dumping paint on everybody and everything. I didn't really understand what in the world was going on. Centerfold made sense. Freeze Frame, I was like, what the hell is going on?
And Angel in Blue, they had 3 like really big songs off this record.
And then right after this album, they kind of broke apart. Peter Wolf went on his own with Lights Out, I think. And then they came out with the Odds and Even record, and it just was a turd.
I think that happens to groups a lot. Like you can see they have their organic style they have, and then they go more accessible, more commercial. They have a huge album, and many times that actually huge album is the beginning of their demise.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the case with Geils band.
My favorite song on this was Piss on the Wall. Piss on the Wall.
That's a good song.
Yeah, that's my favorite song. I don't really like Centerfold, don't really like Freeze Frame, but that's not my kind of music. So
right. Yeah. But I can definitely see where you'd like the earlier stuff.
Oh yeah, the self-titled, like if you listen to Freeze Frame and listen, it's gonna be like
is that the same band? Yeah.
There's no way this is the same band. Just such a drastic and the same band members. I mean, it's a drastic change like Fleetwood Mac. From early Fleetwood Mac to to Rumors is a drastic change, but that's different band members. This is the same guys, and it's just drastic.
Yeah.
All right,
it's me. Is it? Am I last, or did you go
Jake,
before
you
me?
gotta go.
It's Jake.
I mean, I could go ahead and go.
I know what Jake's gonna pick.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do Nirvana Unplugged. So
it worked that time.
Here's the thing about it, right? Sold over 12 million copies in the U.S. It won a Grammy as well, and a lot of people hail it as one of, if not the greatest live album of all time. I don't know if I would call it the greatest live of all time. Would I put it on the list? I would put it on the list for sure. Again, Kurt Cobain, just like Lane Staley, also going through heavy withdrawals, right, because of his heroin addiction. And they kind of did some things differently because a lot of people don't realize this, but MTV Unplugged, I think, started in 1989 originally. Somebody could fact check that, but I think it was like 88, 89. I think it was 1989. And Nirvana didn't like a lot of the unplugged stuff in the past. And Kurt Cobain, being Kurt Cobain, really kind of liked having things run through amplification. And they did that. So if you hear like The Man Who Sold the World, you can definitely hear that it's electrified, right? Like it's going through an amp. And it's got effects on it, and he's playing an acoustic, but it sounds amazing. But somebody I think said it earlier in the chat, right? You can definitely tell that Kurt Cobain, like it was a pretty, very mood wise, not really a happy, fun event. He really wasn't in the best of moods. In fact, I think a day before they
Didn't they make an attempt before it?
Well, before they went live, I think a day or so before, he like backed out, didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it.
He never was happy.
Yeah.
So he was, and then of course he had, they had, and I think a lot of it was because the people at MTV wanted the hits, and Nirvana was like, nah, we're not doing the hits. They were kind of running away from Smells Like Teen Spirit, and here they are doing David Bowie covers. They're doing some Leadbelly stuff, right? They're doing stuff from the Meat Puppets. They're covering lesser hits, but I think that's what makes the damn record so good is the fact that the songs that they covered and how they covered them and how they sounded, it was unexpected. And I mean, they had members of the Meat Puppets playing there. They had Pat Smear was also there playing as well. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think like when they were big fans of Pat Smear and the band that he was in, because he was very punk driven. But he came on board later in because of Kurt Cobain's, heroin addiction. The fact it was so bad, he was forgetting stuff. And Pat Smear was basically there to pick up the pieces to ensure that stuff was being played on the guitar and, Kurt just wasn't kind of, messing up. So he was basically there to kind of help,
Well, it's a band based on the studio stuff. It would benefit from having two guitarists in the band.
Right.
Their sound.
So, but it turned out to be one hell of a record, and what a perfect timing, because obviously it was recorded in, I think, November of 93. He died like spring of 94, and they released it not long after that. So I think it really kind of catapulted the sales of this. But I'd like to go back. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I'd like to go back and watch a few of these unplugs. And I think it was excellent.
It's great. Their version of The Man Who Sold the World is
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
But like I love their unplugged version of All Apologies much better than I did with In Utero, because they did this like not long after In Utero came out. So there was some good stuff on
I got a question though. How come I never hear anybody mention the old man thrift store sweater? Like, what's up with that?
You don't know what's.
I mean, it's just like
it's just very.
He paid $2 for that thing.
Very grungy. What's hilarious is that cardigan. It's at the Royal College of Music in London. There it is.
Yeah, look like something my grandma would wear. It's a great album and a great episode. And again, this is the one, like I said earlier, visually, especially at the end where he does that kind of fake smile or whatever. Or was it at the end or at the beginning where he kind of does a fake smile? They made it. They told him they wanted him to be more happy.
Well, he told Dave Grohl to shut the F up during one part.
Yeah, but he kind of does like a weird smile. But that
like he was not like nobody like
don't think-
you couldn't smile. Like it was a very bad, like it turned out to be an excellent show. And they did all the songs. They did every song in one take, y'all. They
Yeah.
did that entire concert in one go.
Yeah. He that cover of In the Pines, or what it's called, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? I mean, the way they ended that show like
Great
that.
cover.
I mean, fantastic. I mean, it gives me chills every time I listen to it. It's one of my oldest son. My oldest son's a big Nirvana fan. Again, right in my wheelhouse. I mean, Nirvana was huge when I was in middle school, high school, and I remember watching this, and I remember, just the whole set. Everything was perfect, and it was just mind-numbing, concert, and then him dying, and just remembering how he was during the concert, and that smile, and I mean the Lake of Fire song. I mean, Come As You Are, just tremendous.
Yeah, and it's crazy. My brother won tickets to go see Nirvana play at the Astro Hall. And I remember when he came in, he's like, "Dude, I won tickets. We're going." And not long before that concert was supposed to happen, he overdosed when he was, oh gosh, where did he OD at? They were overseas at the time. And people thought that the concert was going to get canceled when he overdosed. So my brother took the tickets back and refunded them. Guess what Kurt Cobain's last performance? Guess where it was at? It was at the damn Astro Hall in Houston. And I could have been there. I could have been at that show.
So that sweater sold for $334,000 in 2015.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
$334,000.
And it was probably purchased by him for $10.
Goodwill. It's probably Goodwill or
Probably 2 or 3. I would say at the most.
yeah.
Tucker giving me a hard time about using the word great. I don't have a very large vocabulary, so you got to give me a break.
Words are hard.
I told him it was a great point.
Zach, I'm kind of right there with you, brother. I think that's why these
They're so
two
good.
records are
So-
iconic, man. Is just, again, it's stripped down. It's completely different, more intimate.
I want to know how many Bowie albums sold after this came out, though.
How many Meat Puppet records you think sold?
Because it introduced the Man Who Sold the World to a
Yeah.
whole new generation of people, and rediscovered Bowie a little bit, and helped bringing back him a little bit too. So good times. All right. So what do we got left? Are we done?
No.
Okay. Scott, right?
Yeah.
Sean always wants to get rid of Scott.
I know. I don't know why.
So when I was looking through the list, I knew I had, White Pony for sure. And of course, then I noticed all that Jimmy Eat World. There was another glaring oversight. There's only one record by this artist, and I just couldn't let that be the record, although it is a great record. So
One of the
tonight,
biggest selling artists of the 80s.
we're adding this. Yes, he deserves 2 in there. And this is by
Agreed, Zach.
far my favorite Phil Collins, and like it way more than No Jacket Required. I think it's what I like about it is he, separate from Genesis, he brings those driving horns. So he brings that R&B influence in.
He's got that Brand X coming into it, is what he's got almost, right?
Yeah, like songs like I Don't Care and Do You Know, Do You Care? It Doesn't Matter to Me. I just like the sound of this. And this is maybe, it's hard to say. There's so many great side ones to records, but the side one to this record is just simply fantastic. Of course, the big hit on here was the cover of You Can't Hurry Love in the U.S., although Through These Walls was the single in the UK. So, really till you get 8 songs deep before you're like, the West Side, that's maybe not a great song. And, but such a great record. And one, I don't know. I've always liked, I'll say usually when I'm listening to some artists, it's always later at night. And this is one of the records I like to play later in the night. I don't know why. I just love the sound of this record.
Yeah.
And I think by far his best, not commercial best, but from an artistic standpoint, his best.
Can't go wrong with, because he's one of the, because remember we talked earlier a while back, he is one of the top 3 selling artists of the 80s, which is surprising, but he is.
He's one of the greatest selling
Yeah.
solo artists ever.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Tucker? You don't want to jump into that Deftones? I think you'd like that Deftones.
I listened to this album today, Phil Collins, because Scott was late getting his list in. It was the tracks that I knew was I Don't Care Anymore
Mm-hmm.
and You Can't Hurry Love, which was a cover by the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
Which the best thing about this album is not only do you have one Phil Collins, you got 3 Phil Collins in the music video. It's a great music video. Have y'all seen that video?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
forgot about that.
Yeah, we
but
grew up in the 80s.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a fantastic video. First time I've seen it. I mean, I've heard him cover. I've heard the song, but I've never watched the video.
Yeah, he is a big Motown fan.
Yeah. True to the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Actually improved because some of the Phil Spector's wall of sound actually has some quality control problems.
Yeah.
You got a lot of overmodulation in some of those.
Well, what I'm meaning was like he was trying to sound
Yeah.
old. He was trying to sound retro.
Oh, and with those horns, that's what I love. It's like a little bit of like Earth, Wind, and Fire sound in some of those songs.
Yep. There was a song on that. I Cannot Believe It's True.
Yeah.
When I first heard that, I thought of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. Wow.
Yeah. That's the only song I really knew. I mean, the other one was a cover. So.
We know we're getting beat. It's so funny. I'm reading the chat, and we got people that love the new stuff, and then we're getting beat up for them for doing the old stuff, and the old people are beating us up for doing new stuff.
Oh yeah, the Supremes. Yeah, we
can't,
did misspeak.
we can't win. I don't know how
Hey.
anyone's gonna score,
You can't make anybody happy, man.
especially Calvin. Oh,
I'm happy. I don't care what they think.
I could give Calvin $100 and an ice cream, and he'd be.
I think Calvin's got his bed pushed against the wrong side of the wall. He needs to get it. He needs to move it out and get up on the other side.
Get up on the other side. Oh, I moved up from last to third, though, according to Calvin.
Oh, we're being ranked.
We get ranked every week. We're, we have a tough.
I just completely ignore rankings.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that completes our essential. I don't think I missed anything else. This is where we get into our next segment, which is 5 albums from great bands that weren't good.
Wow. I don't care.
I don't try to win. I could pick. I could pick records to win, but that's not.
We
Thank
should
you,
all
Jay.
do it. We
Thank
should
you,
all
Jay.
sing
No
it
more.
in unison. No more.
No more.
Joe, did you like China on there? I thought that was a little Genesee sounding.
Well, I didn't. I couldn't. I had to, when I got home, I had to read the.
I moved to
the
4th on
lyrics
another
because I couldn't understand. I was like China. What is he singing a song about China? He
No.
was talking about like China, like
Or the wrestler.
Yeah.
The wrestler.
Joe, you know what I say about that?
what?
No more.
No
No more. No more.
But
No more.
he was talking about a girl that he loved,
Yeah.
and treating her
And-
like fine China. I thought,
And then he
actually
divorced
talking
her and
about
remarried her. Divorced her and remarried her.
I think it's a little tongue in cheek.
No, it was a good song. Well, what I meant was that was the only 2 songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
The other songs I'd never heard before. I've never listened to that album.
Oh, I've always loved it.
I mean,
All right.
All right,
So-
we're moving on to the next segment. Apparently, I lost, and Jake supposedly won, which is crap.
I don't care
There you go.
what you
Hold
say. Hey.
I'm from South Georgia and went to public school. 2 lost souls. What kind of math is he doing? Right
Yeah,
now?
1-1-1, and I'm 4th. You guys all tied for first.
We tied for
Fourth
first,
place.
and
Oh,
Sean
okay.
came out.
4th place.
That's brutal. That's
That is
brutal,
brutal.
Zach.
I like that.
And of course, Thomas agrees with him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas. I remember that.
I'm glad our biggest supporters love us so much.
Yeah.
They schedule
Jake
Thursday
cheated.
night just to come in here and tell us how bad we are.
Yeah.
We're talking. Speaking of math, aren't we over? Aren't y'all already over 500?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
It all started with Scott and the Whoas.
Yeah, the horror movies.
The Who's?
The Whoas.
The horror
The Whoa movies.
You're very well way past 500 now, right?
Yeah, but we put it to 600 because we included live and soundtracks. So
I got you.
so we probably got
It's the essential 600 now.
Tucker,
Yeah,
go
we got-
listen. Go
probably
listen.
got
to
about
some
60
jazz.
more to go.
Go put some jazz music on and
Relax.
relax. You know, maybe do something while you're listening to jazz. Hopefully, you don't lose a finger or an arm.
Yeah, don't do any heavy lifting or equipment.
Yeah, let's put some jazz on and go do some heavy
Go
lifting.
clean the lawnmower upside down with it's running. All right, so this is the next segment. Let's get moving on that. And
Yeah, 2 Lost Souls. That's right. They might as well go ahead and make it 1,000.
five albums from great artists or bands that didn't live up to their reputation or just complete garbage. And there's amazing how many things you look up and how many you see. Like I looked at a whole bunch of lists, and I kind of I didn't use the list because I went through with some of the stuff some stuff I have. One of them still sealed because it's that bad. One of them's on my phone for the last 30 years. But there's so many bad albums from great artists, and we're gonna go over those now.
Can I just go ahead and just get it out because it's that bad and I've been waiting a week?
The Rentals.
Oh,
That's on my list.
We should have put it on our list.
But no, it's bad albums by great artists, so they
Yeah.
don't meet the great artists.
No,
criteria.
that's true. Sorry, Jake. What were you gonna say, Jake? Or did you just stop?
no, I'm good. Everything's a-okay over here. No more.
No more.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Worst album by a great artist, but worst album ever. Probably Garth Brooks as Chris Gaines and the life of Chris Gaines.
Horrible record.
What a piece of crap. What a turd of a record.
That was a commercial.
Turd Ferguson would be proud of that album.
So how are we doing? Who's gonna go next?
Joe?
53rd studio album by Willie Nelson, Countryman.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
a
saw that.
reggae country reggae album by Mr. Willie Nelson himself.
Really?
You could just go stream that.
Good
Go
old
stream that.
Chris
Well,
Gaines.
I mean, it does sound horrible, but Willie has pulled off some, really, that's actually pretty good. But you say that's bad. I have to listen to that tomorrow.
That's bad.
Yeah, I
the
saw
other
that on
one-
a bunch of lists.
The other one, well, I've listened to it before. The other one that popped in my head when Scott told me this idea, following along, and this is not one of my choices, but it's Willie Nelson Christmas album. My mom or somebody bought it for me at a Jiffy store, and it was the worst
Which
Christmas.
one?
I don't.
Pretty Paper?
I don't know.
I
don't
like
know.
Pretty Paper.
I don't know. Country. Yeah, I like country, man. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I'm gonna go with the first one. Has been haunting my phone since the day it came out. This record, U2 was paid $100 million by Apple to have it on their exclusively on there,
God.
and it was automatically downloaded to your phone
You couldn't
And it-
get rid of it.
until and they even had to. There was a big controversy afterwards. It was Songs of Innocence, and I don't have the record. I have it on my phone still since that time. It automatically downloaded. They had to upload a special app to remove it from your phone. And I never did it. It's still there. And every once in a while I turn on my car and they get Raised by Wolves. I mean, it is, oh my God.
I don't think I've ever listened to it.
And actually, I mean, every
And now it's
breaking
$10.
wave is
If
on
you
that
want it from
album.
Apple, it's
That's-
now $10.
Every Breaking Wave is a good song.
Yeah, but now it's $10 because I was looking at it and like, what? I got to pay for it now, but I still have it on my phone. So, and it haunts me. Since it came out, it's been haunting me ever since.
All right. Well, mine is tied into Sean, so I'm going to go U2 too, but I'm going a different U2. I'm going Zooropa.
You're gonna make some angry people.
They
I didn't think Zooropa was terrible.
Oh, they jumped the Shark Tank. I mean, I could
terrible.
take Pop. Pop was if you look at from Octung Baby, that has some of those elements of that sound, and they chased that element a little bit on Pop, and then they just went all into it on Zooropa. And Zooropa, I don't like any song on that record.
Come on, you want some more? I'm gonna give you some more. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna go Kanye West. Yee.
He sold a pile of those though.
Well, yeah, but then that's a record VC would. You can kind of judge some of them by if VC has them or not. You really can.
I'm not familiar with the Zooropa. I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
It's a cool. The Funko's cool. They have Bono in a car.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Terrible.
Name a song off of it.
Galveston. That dirty water. Galveston. Gotta go there with that dirty water, Galveston.
It's horrible.
So poor U2 has got 2 on there.
Yeah, 2 already off the gate.
But they also have albums on the Essential 500 too. So.
I was never a Kanye. I've never been a Kanye fan.
So you're Kanye.
Yeah. I have to. Am I next? I don't know.
Sure.
What we're
Yeah,
doing.
go ahead.
Yeah, that's not a bad album by great artist Jake. That's
the Beach Boys.
Uh-oh.
Which one?
Well, I mean, take your pick.
All of them.
That really wasn't
every album.
Joe, you're gonna crap all over Pet Sounds.
Well, that means, but then that ruins the premise that they were a good band because according to you,
no, great artists. Yeah, they're all bad. All of them are bad.
Even Pet Sounds.
I don't like any of them.
Pet Sounds is a little weird. I think
I don't love Pet Sounds either. But
like
supposedly
Zach, blasphemy.
We're supposed to love Pet Sounds, and it's all right.
Yeah, it's one of those albums. It's one of those weird albums that people want you to like.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And I don't hate it, but I just don't get it.
Right.
Oh, Joe, you lost.
Joe's all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. I don't like any of them. I've tried listening
They're
to
great
them.
artists
Like,
individually. How about when they were Joe Stamos was in it?
Yeah.
No. All right. What is my next one?
We're no longer friends.
I got a few.
We're no longer friends. She must mean it because it's in all caps.
Yeah. So mine is they had one great. They got popular. They got stoned. They got drugged out beyond belief. Half the band was gone. It was just coked out Steven Tyler.
Sir,
place.
That is a bad record.
I mean, Steve Perry's not in it, and one of the other guys, I forget now.
Joe Perry. Steve Perry was never in there.
Joe Perry. Steve Perry was never in this.
If Steve Perry was on that record, it'd probably be pretty good.
And maybe Brad Whitford.
Yeah,
Brad Whitford. They weren't in the band, so there was no. There was infighting. There was fighting with management.
And they were drugged. This is their big, like they were out of it.
Yeah. This is Steven Tyler didn't know he was Steven Tyler on this album. So this is a turd. Not
only does that record not have good songs on it, it's recorded horribly too. It sounds bad.
Yeah, so that's that one.
I don't even know if I know that album.
Don't even stream it, Joe.
I only own it because I'm an Aerosmith fan, and sometimes when you have an artist you collect all of it.
Yeah. That's how I know somebody is a completist when they come into my store. They buy a Rock and a Hard Place. I say, damn, got caught up in that completism, didn't you?
Exactly.
It's probably the last
what
one
do you got?
everybody buys.
I hate to say it, because I love the man so much, but George Harrison's Gone Tropo was pretty damn bad. Pretty bad.
And it's sealed. I have no plans of ever opening.
But here's the thing. I will buy that from you probably, and I will play it because you know me. I'm a diehard
No,
Beatles
this is
fan.
part of my collection. This was one of those VC vinyl $10.
You sold me a sealed Yoko record.
Yes, but you're not getting this one. Yoko's not part of my. She's not a Beatle.
Well, she's not a great artist.
Yeah.
musically.
She's
But
isn't she a
it just-
trained musical person?
I don't know if she's trained. What is she? No,
I think she is. I think she is.
It just like it didn't really have anything. The record was not great. I think, you know, he was pretty much I even think in the 80s, if you think about it, right, he pretty much kind of took off. Like
She's classically trained in piano.
you know, he didn't do a whole hell of a lot. And I think a lot of it just kind of screwed when John Lennon was killed. I think it really kind of, you know, put a
Sent
lot
it
of them like,
spiraling.
what the, yeah, sure. And I think George was just like, you know what? I think he really didn't give a damn about the record industry and kind of where it was going. And, you know, we've got Jeff Lynne to thank to bring him back for, you know, Cloud 9. You know, a few years later, and then of course forming the Traveling Wilburys. It just goes to show he still had a lot of great music to make. I just think it was a half-ass record.
Was this just a contract? I didn't if it just contractually he had to do it. I don't know because wasn't he
Lynn-
dropped after this? I think he was dropped from Warner Brothers or something after this. I think
Reggae.
Don't know.
anything by.
All right. So I'm going to go REM Around the Sun.
Yeah, that's the it's
Not
kinda
a
what I
song on
lost
there
in
that I
REM.
like. I think even they admit that was not their best effort.
I like the band because they're from Georgia.
Oh, I love REM. I just that's what I picked. I picked groups I actually like a lot,
That's how I
But,
picked mine because
but they just made a stinker.
I did research and I'm like all these things. I'm like I don't really know that album. I'm not gonna do that one. So I ended up with everything I kind of know.
Yeah,
Everything I
REM
have.
and U2, they're kind of bands like when they put out a new music, like I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to get new music. And these are these are records that I was very disappointed.
Yeah, but when's the last time someone looked forward to the next U2 album?
I do. I like U2. I don't
do
know
too,
what all
but
the
I
fucking
just-
hate on U2 is.
I
but
love
they're one of
U2,
the
but I
greatest rock
just-
bands ever.
I've kind of
so.
lost track of them as of late. It's just
Well, when you get on your 15th studio album, so
all right. We back around. To,
What about Elton John? Anything Elton
80s.
John did in the 80s?
Yeah, there's a lot of stinkers.
yeah, we'd let everybody bundle. Now we would let you bundle all those together.
I think you could. I think we
Well, I
could.
did. I
We
One
could put
into
an
Elton John,
bundle.
1980s.
I sold all in 80. I sold the 80s bundle of
Yeah,
Elton
that-
John before.
Elton John 80s bundle pack.
Well,
Yeah.
what if I said I don't like any Elton John? What if I said that?
Oh,
Well, that's
Mm.
good.
Joe, I mean, you already, I think, like, I don't know. I think you lost a few years.
You're probably part
of
of Calvin's
life.
fan club.
Well, I like what's the Tumbleweed Connection?
Tumbleweed and
Tumbleweed.
Yellow
That's probably
Brick Road
that's probably the
and
only one I like. That's probably
And
the
that's
only one I
not really. It's a little
Captain
different.
Fantastic.
It's-
His 70s records are good.
It's more of a blues rock.
That's the
It
first
is. It
one,
is more
yeah.
blues. Yeah.
and that's the first Elton John we put in the 500 was Tumbleweed.
John have the rest though.
All right, who's next? I don't know who's next.
I
I've
think
done
I-
two.
I've only done.
This
I've
is
done
my
two.
third.
I've done two.
Well, no, I've
I
done
don't
like
know.
4. I've done a bunch. I don't know.
I did an Elton John bundle, so I'm kind of in the lead.
Yeah. So this is
I'm
Guns N'
probably
Roses,
like 6.
Chinese Democracy. It's only open because I bought it that way, and I am a Guns N' Roses fan, but not a
Yeah, it's
fan.
horrible. It's
Not a
horrible.
fan.
Ah,
And it was
do I-
only released at what, Best Buy? I think it's the only people that had it.
Trash.
Only Best Buy can.
Can't believe we had to wait that long for that
Trash.
record.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never listened to it. I don't even know if it's in good
I mean,
shape.
like 10 years later, you would thought, man, that thing's gonna be a masterpiece. They've been massaging on that
Can
thing.
we do
Yeah,
we need to do like a Turd Ferguson top 10.
That one would be a contender.
That probably would be there.
Oh,
Chris-
Thomas is ruthless, man. He's coming
Yeah,
down.
he's all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
Good Lord.
I just ignore him.
All right. Anyone else? I have one left, so you guys can.
Oh, I've got a whole list. I've got a whole
Go
list.
for it. Of course. you
Uh,
can.
The Beatles, Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, that one I saw
Oh,
on lists
Yellow
because it's
Submarine.
"Oh Hey Bulldog" is the cool song. Side 2 is all George Martin. It's not a real album.
It's a soundtrack essentially.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
a,
like.
it's a soundtrack. You got all the Pepperland instrumental.
Yeah, but how many songs on
stuff.
side A are just to fulfill the Lennon McCartney songbook
I like
contract?
the artwork. The artwork is good on it.
Well, I'll tell you, turd, what George Martin did with all the Beatles covers that he did with, Goldie Hawn and Jim Carrey and oh my God. Somebody tell me what the name of it was.
The what one?
So George Martin produced it. He did an album, all Beatles covers, and actors, other musicians basically covered their songs. Jim Carrey's version of "I Am the Walrus" is it's just a huge turd. Goldie Hawn's version of "A Hard Day's Night," horrific.
In My Life, right?
But
Yes.
but that's not
Robin Williams,
great
Bobby,
artists making a bad record. That's just a bad record.
horrible.
Bobby
horrible.
McFerrin and Come Together by Robin Williams and Bobby McFerrin. Goldie Hawn doing A Hard Day's Night.
It's horrible. You'd listen to it.
Jeff Beck doing A Day in the Life. Celine
Well,
Dion,
I'll give that to Jeff Beck because anything Jeff Beck plays on
Celine
that,
Dion doing Here, There, and Everywhere. Jim Carrey doing I Am the Walrus.
horrible.
John Williams just doing Here Comes the Sun. Bill Connolly doing
Billy
the Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite.
Biggin.
My Life by Sean Connery.
Yes,
My
it's
Life?
spoken word. Spoken
Well,
word.
that's definitely a turd, but that's not the same thing.
I need some salad.
That's awesome. All right, so who else? I only have one left, so you guys. go.
I've only done two. Joe, how many have you done?
Zach, that's
Oh,
Sean,
right.
shut the hell up.
I've done 3.
I've done 12. Like I
done
said,
two.
the Elton John bundle did it.
All right, I'll do mine and Joe will go. I'm going to go Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. I have the same complaints about Tusk that I have with the Beatles' White Album, although I think the Beatles' White Album has great songs. I just think it's bloated and they did the wrong version of Revolution. And so,
It's Lindsey
But-
Buckingham showing off.
But they don't have any.
yeah, I think it's a matter of drugs and ego, right? Like, okay, you're great, but you're not that great where you can go make this eccentric sounding record. It's all over the place. And I love Fleetwood Mac. I love that version of Fleetwood Mac, but Tusk is just not a good record. It's bloated. It's got some bad songs, got a couple good songs. But when I talk about like being disappointed, I remember when Tusk came out, I was like, this is terrible. Coming off of Rumors.
And it was a double album, and it had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Joe had a great one. Joe had surprised you didn't mention it, Joe. CCR. Mention I'm gonna let you say it.
CCR, Mardi Gras. I mean, everybody hates it, but I mean, it's to me, it's it's a no-brainer because
It's bad.
It's the other members, Tom was mad, and they're all mad. They wanted to make their own album. They were fighting with their label. So John was like, "All right, y'all write the songs." And
Yeah,
and
who was? I think the root of that it had to be like whose name was going on the publishing for that, and it was John Fogerty.
yeah,
So
well, I mean,
He was making a lot more money than the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't want to take up for John by no means because I know he can be kind of a jerk. But I mean, if you look at the documentaries and the stories about it, the reality is that they were lazy and John was doing all the work.
Yeah.
And so John let them have what they wanted, and that's what they got.
Well, no worries. I mean, they were mad at John, but in reality, even John was getting ripped off by the management. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
stole
they got
almost
ripped.
all the CCR.
Well, not only the management, but there was like a mafia thing going on. They got their whole fortune stolen.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But that's not my pick. My pick would have been Dylan and the Dead. Great artist, horrible album.
What?
Yep. Great artist, horrible album. The cover artwork looks great, and people want to say it's a great album, and they sell it because it's a great album because it's Dylan and the Dead, but it's a bunch of crap. It's a load of crap.
I think Joe and I need to just have a segment. We just come up with, hey, it's just absolute crap. It's a turd.
Yeah, it is. It's a turd, man. It's a bad idea. I'm sure it's great live, but it was hard. I don't know if it was a horrible recording or what, but it's a bad album.
Is there any live? There's got to be something. I mean, obviously there's Dylan and the Dead. What about when Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers backed him up? Is there any live recordings, anything we know of when
there is a record? Yeah, there is. They released it on the tompetty.com site, I believe.
Okay. That I would love to get my hands on. Wow, Stacy actually gets in and poops. I mean, just sprays painful diarrhea on DMB on every day.
Spray.
It's got the diarrhea parasite.
Explosive diarrhea.
You freaking cat or something? What are you talking about?
It's the parasite, whatever the name of the damn explosive diarrhea parasite is. Stacy just came at it. I mean, just blunt. Scott will fight me.
I love every day. Love
it. Shits all over the thing.
Well, Chris Gaines for sure. Yeah,
I was hoping you'd pull out some Neil Young records and show us, Jake.
Everybody's rocking Neil Young. Everybody's rocking. That's a bad
well, you got Trans again. Neil Young, 1980s.
We could bundle all those Geffen Neil Young records. Just bundle those up.
Yeah.
We're all bad.
Leland's throwing up now. He's
look at Leland. Leland's got explosive.
Everybody's rocking has the only good thing about it is maybe the cover art is
with the Cadillac and
hold up there, Blanky.
See, I wanted to do Imagine Dragons, but then I hate them all.
What Mumford?
Yeah, they're not a good artist, Sean.
Hate them all.
Because like I love Sigh No More. I love like their first couple records, and then they went away. So I agree with Mumford.
Yeah.
Which Mumford?
Cyclospora says.
Did anyone listen to that new the Van Morrison one that came out a few years ago? The latest record project.
There was some 80s. There was some 80s Van that was
this one.
Crap. What's that one?
I
haven't even listened to it.
I've listened to it. I don't think it's terrible.
Because that's number 12 on the Rolling Stones list.
Here's another turd. Chad Perrone. Wait a second. He's not a great artist.
Shut up, Jake.
I just went Joe Willie on him.
It says the guy that put a gosh darn Chris Squire record in the essential.
Unbelievable. It belongs.
It's only essential in the upside down world.
The upside down world.
What, and Mario?
No,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. It's a big hit down there. All right.
Neil Young, Fork in the Road.
I'm going to go Metallica, Saint Anger.
Saint Anger. Oh.
Terrible songs. The worst sounding drums in the history of rock music are on that record. And they had kind of sucked me in. Not a big fan of the early Faster, but and Justice for All, the Black Album, Load, even Reload. People didn't. I like those records, but when I got to Saint Anger, I was like, this is one of the worst albums ever put out.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at the list. Kiss Music from the Elder is on the list of shitty records.
Sean's just Googling stuff now.
I'm on the Rolling Stone list.
We got stuff written down here. What about Give My Regards to Broad Street? That's a horrible album by another Beatle. I like picking.
Here's my last one.
That's a good point, Joe, because when I'm buying Japanese press records, I never buy that record to bring to the store. I was like, ain't nobody buying that record.
I wouldn't buy a US, a UK press, a Spanish press.
It has one good song.
It's not
Lonely
bad.
Nights, but
there are. Look, which one did you pull?
You can't even
regards.
You can't even
Give
say
my
the
regards
cover.
to Broad Street.
You can't even say the cover art on that.
So here's the thing. Johnny, we talked about this, right? Paul McCartney in the 80s, except Flowers in the Dirt, right? But the only reason I could say, and it's kind of cheese, David Gilmour plays on that record. It's not great. It's crappy, but I love hearing a lot of the stuff that he did, but it is bad. But let's not forget what the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton did with Sgt. Pepper. Gosh, horrible.
Like he has one too. The Clash, The album, of course, is called "Cut the Crap." Well, that's why we don't listen to that record. It's crap. There's Saint Anger right there. REM under Around the Sun. Willie Nelson's Countryman. Yeah, it's even got the cover
Oh, the cover's horrible.
is, Rastafari, man.
Yeah, you got to listen to it. I'm telling you.
I've never seen that anywhere ever.
No, you probably never will because it's horrible.
Scott, what's Cheap
2005.
Trick's? What's Cheap Trick's worst record?
Probably The Doctor. That's a pretty bad one.
How about Van Halen 3?
Oh, got it right.
Number 23, dude.
Van Halen 3.
It's pretty bad.
Sean's got me on the list.
Yeah, I got the same list. Van Halen 3. I didn't even know there was a Van Halen 3.
Oh,
you know,
that's
1998.
unfortunate. It's actually not. It's so different. People hated it, but if you listen to it as a standalone product, it's not terrible. It's just
that
not very good.
record right there, terrible.
Extreme. Gary Sharon from Extreme.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know what? I will be honest. I feel bad for Gary. I feel bad for Gary. I don't think he's like a terrible singer. I mean, they had a little success with Extreme, but to put him, to have him come into that band and I can't put it all on him.
Different kind of sound, like Extreme, like Pointer Graffiti. I mean, that could be on the essential list. Get the Funk Out, More Than Words, Wholehearted. I mean, great record, but it's just different kind of sound.
Yeah. And number 50 on this list was The Who. It's Hard.
That's pretty bad. I got one, like I said.
Eminence Front's good.
Eminence Front is a good song.
I think you got Long Live Rock on there, I believe, as well. I think is Long Live Rock on it.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I think it's here. I'm thinking
that was like a B-side.
One Life's
song.
Enough. I've known no war. Why did I fall for that? And
give me Eminence Front was good, and there's another song. It's on the tip of my tongue. I keep saying Long Live Rock, but it's not.
Athena.
I don't think Athena's terrible.
Athena's not terrible, but it's not good.
Let's
That
get in.
record, other than Eminence Front, is not up to their standards.
What about?
I
what about some recent ones? Let's say, I would say a bad album with big hype from a great artist, Taylor Swift, "Life of a Showgirl."
Any Tay-Tay, just put it in there.
Well,
Let's
it's
go,
funny
Joe.
because I read a couple of things. One list had Reputation, and what was the other one?
Stacy's the one to ask. What's the Tay-Tay turd?
No, I'm
What
going to
is
give you, if you want a modern mark, I'll give you the biggest
The Ariana Grande.
underperforming, disappointing album in the past 10 years. Adele, 30.
30.
Yeah. You can buy it for like $3 at the dollar store.
What's that Green Day one that just came out too?
Well, there was a Good Riddance one with the dog flying.
That's
in the
actually a
air.
good record, though.
That one's on the list.
No.
Okay, Stacy. Fearless is the Tay-Tay turd.
Father of all.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Father of all. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Hey, I'm just talking about Dirty Frank.
Some people would even put Billy Joel's "The Bridge" in that list, which I didn't hate.
I don't think the bridge
I don't hate
is.
that
I
one.
don't think it's a turd.
Okay, I'm going
Baby Grand, Matter of Trust. So many good songs on there.
There's some good songs on there. Some people might say "An Innocent Man" was a bomb.
That's my least favorite Billy Joel, but it was a good performer, and people like that doo-wop
I
sound.
agree.
So.
I agree.
Okay, here's a lot of people know Stones is my favorite group, so I'm going to put one of their records on there. Their Satanic Majesty's Request. That record is terrible. Bad.
That was there.
Zach's comment, it deserves to be read. Target uses the Adele 30 in their back room as a tile floor.
That was
wasn't
their
awful,
attempt.
it just-
That was their attempt at psychedelic, right?
Yeah, they got over it and become the Rolling Stones after that. Before that, they were still trying to they were doing a lot of blues covers. Then they did that, and then they become the Rolling Stones after that record.
There is an Oasis album that's on a list.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's
Be
okay,
Here
what's
Now.
the worst?
Be
Well,
Here Now.
Noel Gallagher would probably tell you that because it was a very rushed record. I actually like Be Here Now.
Shoulder of Giants.
I actually like Standing on Shoulder of Giants as well.
You're biased. You can't.
It's tough because like I think after you get away from Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, like I don't know, maybe Heathen Chemistry, but there's still good stuff. There's still good songs on those records. There's still good songs. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think it's a good question, Stacey. Like, what's the worst Oasis? Okay, I might say.
Why don't we
Heathen
start off
Chemistry.
with what's the good Oasis?
Heathen Chemistry.
I would say first three, even though a lot hate Be Here Now, or at least Noel does. I would say definitely maybe What's the Story, Morning Glory, Be Here Now. If you had those three albums, you're good. But Dig Out Your Soul, I think, is a great record. It's kind of a return.
It was better
for them.
Yeah, it was
it's better.
Yeah.
And also, I was looking at the list. Is John Cougar or Mount whatever he was, Chestnut Street Incident? Is it Chestnut Street Incident?
Yeah, I bet he was.
That was his first album.
Yeah, that's before he even had a major label contract.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Big Daddy, just because it wasn't what I expected after you come off of a streak of, Scarecrow and Lonesome Jubilee, and you put out Big Daddy, which is kind of more of a stripped down bluesy record than you would expect from Mellencamp.
I would still say, hey, good band of the '90s, not terrible.
True.
But
True.
not terrible. Galveston, Dirty Brown Water. I would say Fairweather Johnson.
Oh, that was disappointing. Yes.
Horrid.
Was it as bad as Mariah Carey Glitter?
Oh, that's pretty bad too.
Sucking on chili dog. How sad to taste the phrase. Or
Also
the
on the
one
list is
guys
David
that
Bowie.
just go sucking on chili dog, sucking on the chili
David
dog.
Bowie Tonight.
Sucking
That's
on
Never
chili
Let Me
dog.
Down.
Sucking on
Oh, they're
chili
both
dog.
Tonight and Never Let Me Down are both bad.
And then all the
records,
tin machine ones were.
All right, I've got three more on my list here. Sean's still Googling stuff. This is Wings Wildlife. That was a bad album.
Yeah.
That was my last.
Ratitude. You know, Stacey, I would love to tell you that I listened to Ratitude, but here's the thing with Weezer. I kind of stopped after the Green album. I'll be honest. I stopped. I loved, obviously, Weezer Blue. Something about I don't know. Some people think it's a horrible record, but I liked Pinkerton. There was something about Pinkerton that I liked.
Isn't but Weezer has one on there. Is it
Ratitude? Stacey just called it.
Yeah, that's on a lot of lists. Yeah, she
With
did.
the dog flying in it's a cool picture of the album cover.
So I'm Weezer Blue, Pinkerton, and Weezer Green, and I kind of stopped. And somebody, I think it was Scott. Scott, I think, did one of their later albums that I want to get and listen to, but their first three, and I stopped.
They got a lot of crap for the one they put the guy from Lost on it too. What's the name of that one? Yeah.
I haven't listened to Weezer since 1994.
I don't own any Weezer.
That's the cover. Great.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
That's
Joe,
worthless.
I would say.
Yeah, what are you doing? I got two more on my list. Got two more on my list. Great
It's
artists.
a cool cover.
Great artists from bands I have none of their albums. Okay.
Yes, Tomato.
Oasis.
Which
Any?
one?
I'm just saying, great artists. I don't have any of their albums.
Okay.
Steely Dan.
You don't own any Steely Dan?
No. What do I need Steely Dan for?
You can't argue with him.
Guess you can, I guess you'll never find out.
What do I need? I've listened to Steely Dan. They're great. They're great musicians. I don't need any of their albums.
Well, Jake, here's what I would say, brother. I would say,
Same with
is
Oasis.
Creed or
Hang on.
Nickelback considered a great band? Would they?
Yeah, I think they were okay bands, you know.
They did. They said great artists.
Great artists.
I mean, you sell millions of records.
Creed.
guess
The
that-
people like to bash Creed and Nickelback.
Yeah, like they're way worse than a lot of other crap. I mean, that's just
Lulu is the one with Lou
all
Reed,
that
right?
is just a bunch of
I mean, they sold
tofu,
sold out stadiums and sold
yuppies.
millions and millions of records.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, they have some
Okay.
fan base.
I don't know. I don't own any of their albums either.
I will probably say Pearl Jam. I'm probably gonna go no code on this.
I was
for
holding my
me.
breath, Jake. I thought you were going to go after my favorite Pearl Jam record,
What is Backspacer yours?
Backspacer. I love that.
So
record.
like, there's something about no code for me. Like I went to the damn Woodlands Mall in the Woodlands, Texas. I was with a buddy of mine the day it came out, and I put that CD in the car, heard it. It was immediately thrown out the window. There was something about that record. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't catch your attention. Now, Leland brought up a good point, and I have to say, having lived in Germany for 3 years, it is weird to walk in. This would have been in the late '80s. You walk into a German record store, and they have amazing record stores in Germany, and you see this whole section of David Hasselhoff, which didn't exist in the U.S., right? And he's a U.S. citizen, but he was a big artist. I'm like, just looking at it going, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why is he so popular in Germany?
Maybe Johnny
I think
knows.
Johnny has the greatest hits album.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over. It's not like he was nowhere in the U.S. I don't even think those records got a U.S. release.
Patterson Rock, Bob Dylan album sucked. Utz, he's an amazing artist. Yeah, man.
Just the sarcastic.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And if you look behind Joe on the right there, you see Bob Dylan as well.
I'm right there with you.
You see Bobby. You see Bobby going electric. Listen, man.
You're talking about
Bob,
you too. I found this the other day. This was a CD. Y'all remember these right here? You remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a huge one right
I
here.
got a burner copy of U2, All That You Can't Leave Behind.
There
You can
go.
leave that damn thing behind. That's for sure.
That's a good record.
I haven't, like, for me with U2, maybe I stop after Pop.
Well,
Like,
then you
I'll
wouldn't-
give Zooropa and Pop a little, but I mean,
no.
that's a great record.
Wallflowers.
Great
Bringing
album.
down the horse.
It's one of my all-time faves.
That's a good record.
You still want to sell that breach to me, Scott?
I do not. I never
Since
did
you
want
had
to.
no
Jake-
damn clue.
That's how a conversation goes with Jake. If you
Yeah,
want to,
it's like,
if
yeah.
he wants something like a trade, like he dreams up this trade, and and you
Yeah,
never do
he's
agree.
already
He goes,
done the
but we
deal."
agreed. No, we did not.
We had an agreement. There was an agreement on
Patterson's Rock's bringing back some great English again. Wet. Do I need Bob Dylan albums for?
He's just using you against.
Bob Dylan, like, come on. I
Don't
mean,
pick on Bruce Willis. It's not
Bob
the right time.
Dylan did some so-so albums, but there's some.
I will have a Bruce Willis Return of
There's
Bruno
probably
in my
10
store
Bob
next week.
Dylan albums you need to own.
Agreed.
10?
There's
Yeah.
about 20 Neil Young records you don't need to have.
Yeah, I agree. Probably 10 of those you need to own.
I think for Neil Young, right? I think after maybe, let's see, Zuma, things kind of slowly start taking a turn. But I do agree. I do like Freedom.
Got
Harvest.
Freedom,
Harvest is the only one I need.
You know,
Harvest
streamers are gonna own it.
Moon, and
Here we go. Here we go. This is what I was looking
Mirror
for.
Ball. He had some good later ones.
He did.
Agreed. All right,
Yeah.
so we gotta kind of move on.
Any Wyndham Hill album,
yeah, Wyndham Hills are
turds.
especially after the first one. So guys, also we can continue this in the chat in the Discord. Albums you think are some turds, because this could go on for hours.
Could we maybe go on? Could we
No.
maybe do
No.
a live presentation? We can play all of Everybody's Rockin' and Trans. I think we should have nights where we play these horrible records.
I got
I
Japanese presses with Obi's coming for you, Jake.
I'm
but-
pumped, dude. Send it. Let's go.
So let's discuss what's coming up next, guys. We are going to be taking a little bit of a break because Scott's going to Japan. I'm going to New England next week. And I'm getting older next week, and
I'm going to
so we
be
don't
dealing
know
with my
when the next
daughter's
show is going to
softball.
be. So I'm thinking maybe we not next week, the week after. We won't be gone again the week after because Scott's still in Japan. Maybe
It'll
we
probably
do
be a
something in the-
month.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll
I think September might be out, and we've been talking. We have the conclusion of season 1, so I think we'll come back in October, wrap season 1 up, and then we'll tell you what the new format for the show for season 2 is going to be and what we're going to do and all that. So stay plugged in with the Discord. All the announcements will be happening over there, and but we're going to take a little break. I got a remodel that's starting when I get back from Japan, so there's a lot going on. So we're going to take a little late summer break.
And I think we
Very
maybe we'll
late.
pop up on in the Discord in the
We can.
in the
We-
green room.
Yeah,
and
we'll do some
stuff
green.
there.
We'll do some green room presentations of
Yeah.
some crappy records.
Yeah, we'll have some fun there. But next week definitely nothing, and then the week after. So what do we got going on, guys? On this week on whatnot? You guys
Probably
doing
going to go live Mignana. I'm probably going to move that Alice in Chains Unplugged MOV. So if anybody's interested in Alice in Chains music on vinyl, I'm probably going to sell that bad boy.
Tucker? We'll be in the Discord. We'll use the Discord as a outlet for you guys, and
I'll just get on there so y'all could just insult me all night.
yeah, that's
It'll be
fun.
It'll be fun.
So Jake, you're gonna be on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be on in the morning.
Scott, you're done till you go, or you?
Yeah, my next regular show will be September 24th. So
Go ahead and
Yeah.
take an extra month, Scott.
yeah, I won't be selling a lot, but we are also taking custom requests. So I think we're up to like 175. So there will be some private shows that we do where we hook
Yeah, so-
everybody up with their request.
So the Woman on the record on 9/17. Woman on the record 9/17. That works.
What is 9/17? Or is that September?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, so you guys will get Foreman on the record where they bash us and do younger music.
I'll work. Please do.
I'm on Sunday morning. I got a whole bunch of stuff listed. I'm giving away a turntable, so you don't want to miss that show.
No one cares.
And Joe, are you going to pop up on Sunday afternoon? Or
I
what are
might
you
have
doing?
a show this weekend at some point. Patterson, you like Slow Train Coming? That's got Mark Knopfler on. That's a good album.
Yeah, and I know Chris has a show. I don't know. He sent us a message to buy something from. I forget what it was.
Wyndham Hill.
Wyndham
All-
Hill.
He has got the Wyndham Hill.
And then Thomas is doing Saturday and Sundays now. Thomas has got his clocks, and then
I think Thomas needs to do easy like Sunday mornings. Yeah, I think he should go live exactly when you
he
go
doesn't
live.
get up that early.
Yeah, he does.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll be on
Oh.
probably till noontime on Sunday. So
okay. One customer complained, Jake, this crappy winter solstice Wyndham Hill. You were supposed to send that to Patterson. I was just bidding him up. I said send it to him, but
No. Take that frisbee, throw that in the street.
yeah, it's when I opened it up, I was like, oh, not this.
That was you won that. You won
Oh.
that bad boy.
I was just trying
Yes.
to bid him up.
Stacy had lunch with Amy.
Send
pretty-
it.
yeah, and she just saw G Flip over the weekend past
And
few
I,
days.
I saw that. I don't even know what G Flip is.
Guess who I saw
Check
yesterday?
them out. You might like them.
Absolutely no one.
I saw the Black Keys in St. Augustine with Eddie 9-Volt. He's from Georgia. Y'all need to check Eddie 9-Volt out. He's got
Eddie
an album.
9-volt.
Eddie 9-Volt. He's
Does he
from
have
Georgia.
like two things on his head, like one here and one here?
Yeah. I'm just going to ignore that joke. He's a great guitarist. You need to check him out. And there's a guy by the name of Little Barry.
Little
Both
Barry or Barry?
Barry.
Okay.
Like I
What
said,
about
like I said the first time, Little
what
Barry.
about the hooer?
I wish Blind Owl was around.
He was they're both on Easy Eye Sound on Herman Gutierrez. I can't say that dude's name.
They're out, same album.
Yeah, he's on
Zach.
Easy,
Babel.
He's on the
Zach, I
same
knew
level.
you'd dig it, brother. It's a really good record.
Yeah.
It really is.
But y'all need to check them out. Yeah.
Joe,
Scott should have bid.
have you ever seen the best live band in America right now?
Who's that?
Jason
Explosive.
Isbell on the 400 unit.
I've never seen him live. No.
You got to
But-
do that, man. You got to do it.
Yeah,
They
he's
are
a great
fantastic.
singer songwriter, great guitarist. But I mean, I tell you what, Sturgill Simpson.
Mhm.
I don't know. He puts on a pretty good live show too.
Go see them.
Yeah,
They
he
are
puts on it.
perfect
Yeah.
live.
All right, so we got 4 Women on the Record on September 17th, and that will be pretty much all of us. Pretty much that's it for us on on YouTube this month. Is the 4 Women on the Record. So looking forward to that. I think that's it, guys.
A real Munson.
We need to get
Yeah, I'm gonna have to argue with Patterson. I mean, I hated Bob Dylan when I was growing up, but I'm a huge fan now.
Yeah, it takes a while to kind of
Freewheeling Bob Dylan, Highway 61.
Get in there, Joe. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Joe, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, when has that guy said anything halfway sensical? Like,
I don't know.
he's like the corner moron. You can just ignore
I don't
anything
know.
Patterson says.
As even you don't like Blonde on Blonde. I mean, that's the first ever double album. Got a killer lineup on the personnel.
Not my favorite, but
it's got to get past the voice.
yeah.
Keep preaching.
But I
Joe.
mean, it's just
Keep going, baby.
I
Let's
mean,
do
it is way past Joe's bedtime.
I mean,
It really is.
you got Wayne Moss, you got Charlie Daniels on the album.
You
I
can hear his
mean,
pillow calling him.
oh yeah, I should have been in bed by 8:00.
So here's the thing:
he's a-
we're an hour and a half past Joe's bedtime, and that's like a
No.
Like any of
I
us
get
not
in
sleeping
bed.
for
I'm in
days.
bed. I'm in bed by 8:00 every night.
Yeah, he's
Holy cow.
yeah.
I get up at 4:30.
Yeah, he's
Joe Willie,
All right, well, you better get your ass to bed then, son.
like a boss.
So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. This could go on for 4 hours, and
Make that damn Publix
We
run,
really need
baby.
to kind of, because we could just chat for hours. We could be here till midnight. It's
Well, I mean,
You-
you're not.
You
it's that
easy.
putz.
It's not like you're on TV and you got to get off at a certain time.
not too, but we, it's as we get
But
older.
people can listen to this the day afterwards.
Yeah.
I always
But
like
as
to
we're
give
getting
you-
older, we're losing steam, as they're saying in the show. My
Well, you-
wife's even mentioned that you guys kind of seem to get tired at the end, and that's what we're also looking for.
I think they're talking about you, Sean, not
Maybe.
Joe.
That's
Maybe.
Sally. Hey,
Maybe.
I'm just getting warmed up.
I'm just thankful I don't have jumpy leg this week, because last week I had to stand up and I was in pain. All right, guys. So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We will see you in October, and we'll see Stacy on the 17th, guys, on 4 Women on the Record.
Yep, come see me tomorrow morning. I think while I run my show, I might play trans or Everybody's Rocking.
Please don't. But okay. All right, guys.
Take care,
it easy.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Have
you,
a good-
Joe. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me, guys.
Peace.